World Championship Series.
Very nice.
What are they saying historically after the
Only me.
mentioned win?
I'm not sure whose headphones or what ones are, but.
Yours. There you go, sir.
Bill Cosby is in the courtroom.
Again.
No shit.
I think he lives there now.
Yeah, if he's not there, he's in the bathroom.
He's moved in. He lives there. He never gets to work. Yeah? That was a nice one.
Yeah, I know. It's because you're here.
Oh, early.
Yes.
No, on time.
Are you wearing panties?
Are we recording something?
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Weird. Yeah.
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 It hits up on the ghost thing.
Come again?
She's probably gonna invite you to their hunt.
Is that not your chair?
Well, Ernesto's a rookie. All right, here we go.
I'm waiting on it.
Yo! And welcome to the Joe Padula Show, where talk radio meets live music. Absolutely. Good afternoon, Sky.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the mini show.
Hold on. Talk a little bit. I gotta switch chairs. This is not good. Say a few words.
Someone did that to you, huh?
I don't like that.
You didn't get your favorite chair today, did you?
I
No?
can't work with that chair.
No, he can't sit in any chair but the boss chair.
He's like Sheldon, you know what I'm saying?
You know, in my office, I call it.
That's my spot, yeah.
I call it the captain's seat. Say, hey, you're in the captain's seat.
You
It's
got the
time
butt
to
groove
move
going
it.
on.
No, I can't do the chair with the arms.
Okay.
It's restricting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a big bottom.
No, I
You can't fit in the chair with the arm.
I do have a bubble butt. I've been
Yeah,
told.
big bottom. It's not comfortable.
Fat bottom boys. Yeah, that's better. Yo, Clarksville! How you doing? Yes, we're broadcasting live from the famed WJZM studios downtown. This is your live at the Drive radio show.
Yep.
It was good Halloween.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I was in Ohio.
Are you kidding?
I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pouring outside.
Well, yeah.
Stayed
probably,
inside.
probably on Franklin it was just
Yeah.
cold and pouring, but I went anyway.
What a great alternative, like what Lee of Grumpy's did with her building.
Oh, that was, everybody should do it inside.
Yeah, where you can walk through and get your candy inside and meet people
You
and
know what? I think
decorate.
I think it helps local businesses a little bit more too than them standing outside.
Yeah.
If they partner up with each other and put a couple of them on the inside of each business, you know, because then they'll grab beer, they'll grab
Yeah.
something while they're in there.
Because I like the idea, but yeah, I mean as for Fried on Franklin, it doesn't help the businesses that are down there.
No,
It doesn't.
not during those hours,
I
not
was
much.
talking to a business that was there, and they're like, yeah, this hurts our business.
Because nobody can park and nobody can get in.
Yeah. But it was a good time. It was nice to see all the people out,
Oh yeah.
despite the nasty weather.
And the children.
Yeah. But then we were at O'Connor's that night. I was emceeing the 8th annual Halloween costume contest and party.
Yeah. Evil Joe Padula.
Now, I was trying to be vampire Joe Padula, but
You can't DJ with vampire fangs in your mouth.
I can't talk. Yeah.
Hey, look, they forgive everybody.
Check it out, another sexy Donald Trump, everybody.
Forgive everybody. Nah.
A lot of prizes were handed out.
Yeah.
Up to $500 worth of prizes.
Did you do the count?
One.
After everything.
One.
First class.
The overall prize for $100 went to Master Chief from Halo.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that
can't
costume
lose.
was.
Yeah, that was on
Amazing.
point.
Master Chief does not lose, guys.
I mean, it must have cost him like $500 the costume.
Yeah.
That's what I call my Jeep, Master Chief.
Master Chief?
Yeah.
No.
It's the same color.
Yeah, good feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn the headphones down a little bit.
That's not us. It's a soundboard.
Owens.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday, November 3rd, 2015. Already November.
Already November.
It's already crickets.
Yeah, rent's due.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
I'll be going home to New York for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, is he
Yeah.
having trouble with rent? Is that what's going on?
Good Dad, how are you? Good to see you.
Here's the turkey.
I'm gonna need you to sign for this loan.
But son is still alive. Yeah, so.
That's great.
Should be good. But the show covers your headlining news, provides stimulating conversation, and yes, brings you live in-studio performances with what Mark Owens on the soundboard.
Unscripted interviews. Joe, what's going on, guys?
You lost again in fantasy football.
Oh,
You're scoring over 100 points though every week.
He's a killer, man.
Yeah.
Can't explain.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I was watching some football yesterday. I was watching the World Series this weekend. All right, man, those Mets they just got outplayed.
Didn't show up.
Those Royals
Oh.
really wanted to win, and they won. That's for sure. But man, we got a lot to go over here today. Decent amount of guests, not our usual packed house, which should be interesting how that goes.
Yeah.
it was way packed on Friday.
There was 2 packed.
You couldn't fit any more people in here.
It was a good time. Don't get me wrong, but man, it was 2 packed.
Just not enough parking.
Man, I still hear that noise in the background.
I hear someone breathing too.
Yeah, well, I was trying to test it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, we got maybe the microphones are haunted,
It's a possibility, you know.
and we'll ask one of our guests coming in here
Yes.
today, Melanie Cadwell from the Military Veterans Paranormal.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it when she comes in here.
I don't know what they did for Halloween.
Yeah,
What?
I mean, they're very interesting. The Military Veterans Paranormal is a organization comprised of solely military, active duty, and veteran service members,
Yeah.
right here in Clarksville.
I feel left out.
All right,
Why? Come on.
The-
When I went, it was great. It's a big family, comfortable.
Yeah, we got a call on line 1 coming in, Chief.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Chief AJ, he's haunted, so it's going to be a good conversation, see what's going on with them.
He's got to be talking to somebody.
Hopefully they bring those like EMP detectors.
Man, we got to get rid of this noise.
Do we have some headphones laying next to a microphone, possibly? It's over there.
What do you say? What do you say?
I'm
Put some reverb.
gonna put them on the chair. Let's see how that works.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get ready for our first break here so we can figure this all out, okay? And we got some guests also. We got an author coming into the show, John Nelson. All right, John Nelson.
All right.
Yeah, I like this guy. We've had him on the show before. He's a military guy who also writes books. And his next book that is now available on Amazon is
I
called
saw this.
Brightness of the Shadows. It's a book about peace from a soldier. And yeah, finding the bright side of some situations in some dark places.
Soldiers have a lot of those. So.
No doubt. No doubt. And what a dark time we live in. I keep watching these videos of the students beating up the
Beating up
teachers.
the teachers,
Yeah.
right?
Man, what was the last one out of, what was that, Michigan?
And they know the
one
teachers
that-
can't hit back, so
Well, we're seeing teachers hitting students and officers hitting students and students hitting teachers. It's insanity.
But I mean, the people that don't defend themselves, like the female
female teacher.
teacher, the guy had a desk.
Chair. A
the
chair
full
desk, right.
Yeah, in his
Poor
hands,
lady's
ready to
face.
smash it into her head.
Uh-huh.
What?
Her face.
Like-
I mean, that's just disgusting.
She was
I mean,
just
here
waiting
she
for it.
is. I'm assuming, you think she was a substitute, or is this a...
I don't know.
You know,
We got
I
the
mean-
details. We'll get into it.
That was,
wow.
They call homeschoolers weird.
No respect for the teachers at all. Shit.
That's one of the stories I'll be talking about. Another trending story. A store accidentally gives trick-or-treaters bipolar medication. Oh,
Should have calmed them right down, huh? Counter the candy.
Jimmy, man, he's just never been so collected and
Look at him.
focused.
Look at him. He's writing
He
poetry.
cleaned his room when he got home. I was
Took a
like
bath?
shocked. Brushed his teeth.
No, this is terrible.
I
This is
didn't
terrible.
ask him, man.
Watch
Think about the
cat.
crash right
It
after. He
is,
probably
it
lost
is.
his mind
He
after.
took a
Wore out.
nap and
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Plus, also a new law goes into effect requiring restaurants to post calorie counts on their menus.
Okay.
Whoa.
Good deal.
See what restaurants fall underneath that jurisdiction,
Uh-oh.
and what does it mean for us, the consumer? I like that idea.
I
So
do
do
care.
I love it.
Well, if you see these burgers are like stacked with bacon and cheese and all that crap,
Oh my
it's
God,
probably
yeah.
not good for you.
Well,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
not good for you. And
Yeah.
sometimes you want to eat it anyway.
You're like, man.
But a lot of the fast food places have to give you a calorie
Yeah,
count.
they have
so-
to. It's
Yeah.
good. You're either counting it or you don't care. You're just gonna eat it anyway.
Yeah. The fatties don't care.
No.
You know what I
They
mean?
don't care.
They want to eat.
What are you counting? Yeah, I'm adding.
Yeah, give me a triple bacon bypass, please.
And a diet soda. Thank you.
Lies.
There's a high school that violates a transgender's rights by not letting them play on the girls' sports team.
This goes back to the boxers wanting
Yeah.
to do the whole transgender and they need their own league and not to be excluded, but just because they can't fight as a woman, they still have a man's muscle structure.
Right.
It's not fair. It's not cool.
Yeah, but the U.S. is stepping in and they're saying, let them play.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a game. It's not boxing, so I don't know.
Maybe we should go to a Russian fight.
And what about the locker room talk,
No,
huh?
German women are kind of really big.
Not the
I
ones
know,
I've seen.
Mark. I know, Mark. You want to weigh in on this topic?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
It's just a fact.
It's his professional opinion.
This is the. This is it. Plus, also a Russian jet goes down in Egypt.
Oh, you see that?
Yeah, new reports
That's
show
not
that there may have been an explosion on board.
He's not good.
Plus, a Democratic candidate steps out of the 2016 presidential race.
Another one bites the dust, huh?
Yeah, which one? I don't know.
God, I hope it's Jed.
He's a Republican.
Yeah, nobody cares about this guy.
The Kansas City Royals are the new World Series champions.
What, Joe? Say it again. What?
Moving forward.
Oh.
Oh, come on. You talk trash and they win.
Yeah, that's 12.
I never talk trash. I always complimented the Mets when they did well,
Okay.
and I give it up to the Kansas City Royals for just outplaying the New York Mets.
They put themselves out there.
For bringing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they brought it.
They had the taste from last year,
Mm-hmm.
Game 7, and they wanted the full bite this time, and they got it. So.
Bacon and all.
Yeah. Calories, they didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care.
That's good, though. I mean, it's a good game.
Plus, Bill Cosby is in the courtroom. Yeah,
Again?
Camping out this time.
he's in the courtroom. We'll see what the decisions are going to be. So much more. All right, let's go to our first break here. But before we do, Sky locally, what do you got for us?
Well, we've got a lot of stories today. We got one killed and one injured in a shooting on Ladd Drive here in Clarksville.
Oh,
Also, a man is shot twice at a Fort Campbell Boulevard apartment complex.
yeah, all within 24 hours.
Yeah, we've got a drunk driver that's caught with his children in the back seat. We've got a
What are
Tennessee.
you doing? What are you doing, man?
Not thinking. We've also got a Tennessee Titan. The Tennessee Titans have fired Ken Weisenhunt and have named their new interim coach.
Yeah.
Also a.
It's malarkey.
Malarkey.
It's malarkey. I remember this guy from the
Great.
Bills.
Isn't that doesn't that
He's-
just excite you?
He's terrible. He sucks at coaching.
He'll fit
All
right
right.
in, Joe.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Please.
Okay,
continue.
go team. We've also got a Clarksville Dental Center that's buying people's leftover candy. Oh.
So if you got some leftovers, they're paying you by the pound.
Oh man, I'm gonna go start beating up kids, but I think they've eaten it all by now, really.
The Switch Witch.
Yeah.
You don't know what the Switch Witch is?
They've already eaten it by now.
What's
what
the
is
switch?
it?
You don't know what a Switch Witch is? Switch Witch is something that they're doing. It's a new tradition that a lot of families are doing where they collect candy during trick-or-treating. They come home, they put the candy under their bed, and the Switch Witch changes it for a present. Pretty much, it's just to avoid
It's a way to
giving
just-
kids candy and
Really?
Tons
Yeah.
of candy.
I kind of like it, but I kind of hate it at the same time.
Yeah, because then you got to buy more stuff.
Yeah, you got to buy not only candy for those trick-or-treaters coming, okay, but now you got to take your kids' candy and you got to go buy them a video game.
Well, now candy is like worthless, like money. It just has no
I
value.
think we're buying too
There's-
many
there's
presents
some
for our
throwaway.
kids.
Candy's half off after Halloween, which basically just means it's back to normal price.
We're giving too much away to our kids. We really are. Tooth Fairy presents,
Participation badges.
right? The Switch Witch,
Yeah, cell
right.
phones.
Easter egg baskets
Yes, all
are hundreds of dollars of gifts and prizes now.
You know what else I'm not looking forward to is that little elf
Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can't stand that.
I like the roaming gnome.
How
He's
are you-
pretty cool.
How are you guys even exposed to this? You guys don't have kids. You have no idea.
The Mensch on the Bench.
It's all on
Yeah, friends.
Facebook.
What are you talking about?
Despite popular opinion.
Nah, he does have
Aw.
friends. He has friends.
We love you.
Plus, also, yeah, we got a couple things to go over because it's Tuesday. This weekend's box office results. I'm a genius.
Oh, man.
I am a genius.
He
Didn't you
squeaked
pick
by.
what I picked?
No.
Nope.
He squeaked by.
I'm the only genius in the room today.
Squeaker.
So he's calling that person as idiots.
Squeaker.
This though, right? I picked the wrong one.
Fine.
Again.
Plus some other movie news. But Sky, what do you got locally when we get back from break?
Well, we've got a crash involving a tractor and a car on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard.
These tractors, get them off the road.
What's it doing in the middle of town?
I don't know.
Amish, they're probably gonna
He's
do.
eating Rafferty.
Well, if you, I guess if you
He
turn
was eating Rafferty's, right?
right, the tractor to
He
Rafferty's.
was by Rafferty's.
I had a long break. I wanted to enjoy it.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break here, but man, our live music was gonna be our boy Travis Dukes, but
Dukes.
he's probably not gonna be able to make it here. So we'll see what we can do. We'll figure this out.
Okay.
Clarksville, your conversation is about to begin here on the Joe Padula Show, WJZM 1400 AM. Absolutely.
I'm spreading it, bro. I was waiting for a bit.
My
Nah, it went away, the noise.
What was
are
that?
really loud. You can turn my headphones down.
Huh?
I had to take them
Like a
off my
squeaky.
ears. That might have been it.
So no Travis Dukes, huh?
Let me see.
What about, can you get, what about Ivy?
Collins in Nashville, right?
Crank it all the way down.
Hold on.
Freaking
Yeah.
cables here.
Yeah, I put all the other excess headphones.
There you go.
Here.
Wicked. Oh, thank God. You go up a little bit. That's good. Oh, it's
Bloodletting.
I saw it on the
Oh.
poster too.
Oh. Oh. Rub Rud.
Oh, look at who it is. It's Adrian.
It's Adrian.
Oh,
Ew.
nice.
Leaf Chronicle reporting
Yeah.
woman accidentally shot in head on Georgetown.
God. Dude, I'm gonna drive around Clarksville just giving people fucking hugs.
Please watch your mouth.
Flipping
And
hugs.
watch your mouth
It's
right
okay.
before we go on microphone too.
That's the internet.
I know.
That's the internet.
Just
the
close.
internet.
That's why I did this.
It was close.
All I said was I fixed it.
It's the only way to stop it, huh?
My mouth removed?
The hands. It will hurt.
I need an artist for tomorrow because they backed out. Friday. Sky,
Yeah?
you got your guitar in the car?
No, but it's close.
Ernesto has a guitar in the car.
Ernesto's got his guitar.
Oh.
You want to play? Oh, so we left it here. Come on, it's been too
One of our
long.
own. Come on.
Mark, you want to sing today? Come on, Mark. Come on, Sky, you gonna do it then? It'd be great to hear your voice. Blooming Grove Road acoustic. It's so good. Yeah. Let's go. Look at you in the eyeliner. Looking great.
You want to sing or what?
I haven't slept, so it's not terrible.
Sky, I'm sending you an email with the Leaf Chronicle story, the newest one.
Hey, what about Ivy?
Yeah, I just hate last
Yeah, I know,
minute, you
yeah,
know.
I know, but-
Hey man, hey girl.
You just hate me. I'm sitting right here. But now I'll be good if I can read. I'm gonna self-check too. Told Ernesto I'm recording now. They're running the communication system for all the corporate McDonald's.
Oh yeah?
So they're making an instruction video to teach all the branches
Whoa.
how to communicate.
How long do you find out until they say yay or nay?
Sometimes it's that day, and sometimes it's the week after.
Okay.
And sometimes it's 2 weeks
Okay.
Because you've got them, they take all of your auditions and they take them back to the client, and then the client listens to them however
'Cause
long they want to.
You could be hearing the Slim Jim Spotify guys.
Shut up.
That's right. Could be. Could be. Could be. Or they asked me to, or they sent me an invite to do a Dennis Leary one. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're looking to replace a Dennis Leary style for some
Do they call
hiking.
They'll call
sport.
you too.
Oh yeah.
They call me like every day. They
Oh.
call me like just, oh, I want to
I
let you
don't-
know that you made it through it.
they don't call me ever.
They will though.
All right, here we go. Yo.
Some good music, man.
Yeah, I like this one. It's the Cards. This is old school. Jesus. Let's go. I
Right.
like the nightlife, baby.
He's the one that's like, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. There was a.
This is way before I remembered life.
I was watching America's Funniest Home Videos. Love that show.
AFV is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I
It's
got
still good after all this time too.
And True
So
TV and America's Dumbest Criminals is hilarious.
Who was the first host? Was that Bob Saget?
Bob Saget.
Yeah.
Right.
Bob Trackett?
Who's the guy now?
Tom Bergeron.
Yeah, that's a funny name.
Yeah.
Tom
Bergeron.
Tom Bergeron.
Yeah, he's good.
He's really good.
He's good. He's
So
very
funny.
animated.
He's
He's
so
very animated.
cheesy.
Yeah, he's cheesy.
He's also an alcoholic. I think we read those stories.
Wasn't Bob Saget too?
What did you have to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
You know,
I
to
would.
do that
I
job?
would have to drown myself.
But I was watching America's Funniest Home Videos, and they're doing clips to this, and there's this kid cheerleader, a guy. He's in the stands, and the cheerleaders are doing their routine to this,
Yeah.
and it was the brother of one of the cheerleaders. So he knew their routine by watching his sister do it over and
So
over
he's doing
again.
it in the background like,
Yes, that's exactly what he was doing.
Was he naked?
No.
There's one where there's like a brother and a sister, and the sister's doing her dance routine from her dance class, and the brothers, two of them know the whole routine,
Yeah.
come sliding out of the kitchen behind her. She's completely oblivious, and they're naked.
Like
They
naked,
do the,
naked?
They're naked, do the whole dance routine. Their parents, the camera's bouncing. I think it's hilarious.
I'm glad that's all was bouncing.
Yeah.
Speaking of naked,
Censored.
Sandra Bullock will reportedly
Well.
star in an all-female remake
Oh,
of.
come on. Why
Yeah.
another one?
This
Oh,
is the
look at all
thing.
this. No.
Mark, you ready?
They're trying to get girls to take over the world. That's what they're doing. This is a massive
The Godfather.
gender flippy
This is the
switch.
Godfather.
Scarface.
No.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
I'll tell you what, you guys were on a.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No.
Star Wars.
Stop.
I've
Ocean's
had to-
11.
What?
Ah,
my
get out.
God.
Yeah.
They just
Get
have to ruin
out.
everything. Go back and ruin
You know
everything.
what? I like women a lot. I support them,
slow
but
down.
I don't like this.
Slow down. We've
I don't
never
like
even
them.
seen the Ghostbusters yet.
I'm not going to.
Maybe it's going to be great.
I mean,
No,
the,
it's
the
gonna be a
director's
farce.
the director's good. The director's good, but at the same time, all those original Ghostbusters minus one
They're so
don't want to be a part of
great.
it. That's
But I'm just saying those
a red
movies
flag
were
right there.
classic. Why are you gonna try and if it's not broke, you don't fix it. Just
Well,
run it.
Bullock, she's going to play the ringleader, but there's no word yet on the rest of the cast. But yeah.
Oh, let me guess.
She's
Melissa
clueless.
McCarthy.
Oh.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Roseanne Barr,
Oh God, no.
Madonna.
They don't do
Ellen
stuff like
DeGeneres.
that.
Oh, man.
Oh, who's the hot blonde one?
Heidi
Oh,
Klum.
Jennifer Lawrence
Oh,
is gonna be in
I
it.
love Heidi
Mila
Klum.
Kunis. just,
Mila
you know,
Kunis.
Go down the, they're never gonna get those girls to get along to make this movie.
Did you see Heidi Klum's Halloween costume?
Yeah. I seen
Jessica
that.
Rabbit.
Uh-huh.
Like she got her face all done with prosthetics and everything for it.
No.
Not surgical prosthetics.
Oh,
you
just
know,
like
Yeah.
the makeup.
plastic.
ones.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Speaking of makeup, the zombies, Walking Dead. I didn't see the episode. I tried watching it.
Mm-mm.
Tried watching.
Uh-oh.
So Glenn's dead, huh?
Not confirmed. The big rumor is because his name was no longer on the opening credits, he's dead. But
Oh.
AMC is known to do that, so they take the name off to trick people into thinking that. So it's still unknown. We're just gonna go with unknown.
You guys have too much time. I don't even read the credits.
The
Who
episode
does
was
that?
great. It was a 90-minute episode.
You know another show that I started watching again?
No?
The Wonder Years.
Oh.
Yes.
Savage Boy.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the first episode and the last episode.
That song is really it's a killer song.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? But in Netflix, they don't use the Joe Cocker version because there's some legalities that they got problems with.
Really?
So they got this like
like Joe
karaoke
Cocker.
version, and it's terrible.
That ending was really sad. I remember watching that ending.
Yeah,
I watched Boy Meets World. I didn't watch Wonder Years.
you missed out.
It's different.
Oh, Wonder Years was excellent. Excellent
Okay.
show.
All right. Well, anyway, it is the weekend's over, so we're gonna go for the top 5 movies brought to you by Hobbs Road on Strawberry Alley. Mark Owens, what do we got?
Coming in at number 5, Burnt. Made a mere $5 million.
Which one was Burnt? Which one was
I
Burnt?
don't know.
That was Bradley Cooper. He
Oh,
was a cook, like a drugged out cook.
That's like me.
Always good company.
Coming in at number 4, Hotel Transylvania 2.
Still in
Possibly
there.
eight.
Wow.
Still in there.
Still in there.
Now this thing is just a moneymaker. Sandler, this guy is just what a joke you would have thought this guy would have been, but man, he is a
He does
many
a great.
multi-million dollar.
He's become a brand.
That
Yeah.
deal he
No.
made with Netflix too. That he's rolling money.
What's the deal with Netflix?
He has a 5-film deal with Netflix right now, where he has to make 5 films for Netflix exclusively.
Yeah, the Netflix exclusive.
The first one's coming out in January.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
The
I just didn't like.
Ridiculous Six.
I didn't like what Ridiculous Six.
Yeah, it's a spaghetti western.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
I just didn't like his 8 Crazy Nights. I didn't care for that. I don't like that animation stuff because it
Yeah,
was
it's a
like crap
cartoon.
animation.
Well,
right.
you're a grown man.
Like I can't watch cartoons anymore.
Duh.
It has to be now with CGI and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, it's got to be done with the computers.
Yeah, good.
The hand drawn stuff, I just don't like it.
I think the last handful of movies he did, he just wanted to go on vacation too. Blended, he wanted to go to Africa. 51st Days, he wanted to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know.
And those his big money makers there is
What's
Grown
the
Ups.
Oh, grown ups, yeah.
Grown-ups and
Grown
Grown-ups
Ups.
too.
How much you want to bet Drew Barrymore's in one of those movies?
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
that's-
stand
It's
her.
gonna happen.
Worst actress out there. Worst. Which, by the way,
Cameron
our
Diaz. That's the blonde I was trying to think of.
she's hot. Or
Yeah.
she used to be.
Yeah, she's in that whole area.
Coming in at number 3, Bridge of Spies. That's
Oh.
Tom Hanks movie. Made 8.1.
Yeah, that's where. That's what you picked, Sky.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Let's go to the tape.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go to the safe because I wouldn't go with Tom Hanks' team.
No, you and Bay. You guys both picked Bridge of Spies.
No.
Yes.
You mixed this up. I got number 1. You suck.
Everyone in this group just agreed that you picked Bridge of Spies.
They're just agreeing with you because your voice is so convincing
No, stop.
and confident.
Yes, it is.
Well, my pick came in at number 2, Goosebumps, 10.2 million.
Yeah, that sucks for you, Mark.
Not really, Joe. I can lose for about a month straight and
Uh-huh.
still be.
He's getting used to it.
I still want to see this. I still like Jack Black. I still want to see this movie.
Oh yeah.
Just want to find time. I want to get a movie theater involved with the show so we can actually go there and be business because we're very business oriented here.
That's
I
right.
would love to go there and help promote that.
Let's have a theater,
You
yeah.
know what movies need is a season pass. That would be cool. Like an unlimited season pass, like a Metro card kind
yeah.
of thing for
Yeah.
movies. And then we could, on Movie Friday or something, we could give away a
Yeah,
pass on
good
the
idea.
show.
Do they do this?
Yes, they do.
Near Nesto?
Oh.
They do have season passes at
See?
certain. I think Carmike does it.
So Carmike, the one at the Governor Square?
I'll
Mhm.
check, but I'm pretty sure they have season passes.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And
No.
number 1, The Martian.
Ah!
Who called it, baby? Who called
How
it?
close was it? How close was
You
it?
took it by default.
It wasn't even close, really. 10.2 million for Goosebumps from this past weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
11.4 for The
Wow,
Martian.
that's close.
Back in number 1. This is like one of the only movies that to go from number 1, be
Mhm.
knocked out of number 1, come back to number 1,
'Cause
get
everything
knocked
else-
out of number 1,
Right.
and then come back to number
It's like a Rocky series, you know what I'm
It's,
saying?
Yo.
it's good marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the word of mouth is spreading like wildfire.
That's
why
right.
I should have went with my gut. I shouldn't have let you steal this point. Joe.
That's all right. Hey, listen, that's why I'm the movie genius.
Well,
Okay?
Oh.
That's why. I know. One day I will teach you. One
put
day I
your
will teach
boots
you.
on, people. It's getting deep.
Bay, your movie that you picked didn't do so well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but my movie did, in case you weren't listening.
What movie was that?
The Martian,
It's still
Yeah.
number 1?
number 1. Isn't that amazing?
Nobody saw that coming.
Crazy.
All right, well, yes. Weekend Top 5 Movies brought to you by Hobbs Road on Strawberry Alley. All right, let's get ready for another break here. But, Sky, before we do, I got a local story before your local story, if you don't mind.
I do. I see
All right?
it.
This one's breaking right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, Clarksville, Tennessee. Woman accidentally shot in head on Georgetown. Man, this is just breaking. There's a woman that appears to have been seriously injured in an accidental shooting on Georgetown Road in Clarksville Monday. All right, now this was about 5:30 p.m. and a shooting was reported, and this was according to the 911 log. The woman was accidentally shot in the head, and yeah, Clarksville police declined to release any information about the incident. The woman's age and circumstances, okay, of the shooting were not available as of right now. This is a developing story, and it will be updated as more information becomes available. Where's Georgetown Street? Where's that? Georgetown Road, I'm sorry. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea. You can look that up on Google Maps.
Never heard that.
But man, unbelievable. All right. Well, there's your quick breaking news. But Sky, locally, what else do you got?
Well, we've got a crash involving a tractor and a car on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. Clarksville police were working a crash involving a tractor and a car near Rafferty's today. Now, as of 9 a.m., traffic was backed up and only one lane was open going north. Travelers were advised to avoid this area if at all possible. And at the time, there was only one minor injury reported, and the injured person was taken to Gateway Medical Center.
Yeah, and Georgetown Road's off Memorial, and it actually backs up to the Clarksville Country Club.
That's by off of Madison?
Oh, man.
Memorial's off Madison, and then off Memorial is Georgetown Road. It backs up to the Clarksville Country Club, the golf course.
Is that a nice area?
It's back behind the Publix on Madison.
Yeah. Not a bad area.
Accidental shootings.
Yeah.
And tractors on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard.
Well,
I hate when I see those things, and I understand, yes, farmers got to get around too.
yeah, and eventually you're like, nah, it is Tennessee.
No, but here's the thing. You got to be towing these tractors. You can't be driving around with these tractors. Do you see how they're positioned? They're up. They're one person is in the
cab.
the seat, the cab.
Yeah.
Right. Is that sick? As soon as you said cab, Cabernet went straight to my brain.
You just dry and thirsty.
But no, I mean, we gotta. I understand. Yes, they gotta move around, but no, they gotta be in tow.
They drive at the most inconvenient times too, like on your way home from work or while you're trying to get to work.
And on top of it, they don't have the sight that we have when we're driving. Correct?
What are you talking? Some of them have a way better vantage point because
Way
they're
up there
on
in the air,
huge
looking around.
tires. They're like there's like a massive field machine. It's as tall as two buses stacked up. I mean, that thing's crazy.
No, they shouldn't be on the road.
I want to drive one. I think I'm going to trade my car in on a massive tractor, and I'm just going to drive that everywhere.
Let me tell you, then
It'll be like a monster
don't
truck
park it
rally.
here.
I'm going to park it at the Gilroy.
Don't park it around here.
I'm parking at the Gilroy. This segment of the show is brought to you by A Plus Realty, and for your home buying, renting, and property management needs, you can visit aplusrealtyclarksville.com.
No way. Ever see these things make turns?
Wide turns.
Okay, they're ridiculous.
Okay.
They're designed to be in the fields, not on the roads.
You're just jealous because your car is short.
No, I got another slash tire. Somebody's out to get me.
Who slashed your tires?
Somebody's out to get me. Now my front,
Conspiracy, man.
driver's side tire.
They're so expensive.
Oh man, I got the donut on it. So embarrassing.
Why don't
the
you
donut.
get a little hidden camera on it?
Yeah.
And then we can catch this sucker.
This is 3 tires
That's
within 6 months.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
What-
something's up.
And is it at the
What one of your girlfriends doing that to you?
Oh.
Was it Felicia?
Is it
Bye,
a girl?
Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
I thought it would be like a guy, like a jealous, envious man.
Just stab your tire, like absolutely.
So you think you can
Bada
forget
bing,
about
bada
this?
bing.
Forget about this.
You gotta stop advertising where you are.
That's right.
You know what? You're right. Right. This is true.
You celebrity.
Forever.
Celebrity.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break here, but when we get back, yes, author John Nelson's gonna join us in studio. Man,
Excellent.
this guy's awesome. This guy's smart. This guy's composed.
Yeah.
And this guy writes books. I like that.
He's a good looking man,
Smarty
too.
right, huh?
You know what I mean? And he's got his book. It's on Amazon as we speak.
That's excellent.
And yeah, it's called Brightness of the Shadows. Very great title, John. I look forward to hearing about this book and what went into it, the poems, the whole bit.
Oh, yeah.
But also, when we get back, Sky, locally, you got a story.
We do. We've got another serious story. We've got 1 dead and 1 injured in a shooting on Ladd Drive here in Clarksville.
Unreal. Babe, we can't go a week again. We can't go a week without a shooting or stabbing.
It's another one on Monday night too.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah, I used to
Wow,
live in
I
those
just-
apartments on the one on Monday.
Shoot.
Yeah. And those were nice apartments too.
Yeah.
It's great. Clarksville, your story continues when we get back here on the Joe Padula Show, WJZM 1400 AM. Absolutely.
All right, babe, take your chair back. I almost broke your mic.
Hey, he pulled the mic off. Rookie mistake.
Hey, rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. I
You go
guess.
there.
But
Same spot I had last time.
Hello.
Yeah, same spot.
How you doing, Joe?
Great to see you. Great to see you. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Here, take.
That was the call.
Yeah. Have the guest chair right there.
Okay.
Something happened at Summer High. Police were called,
Uh-oh.
and they evacuated the project.
They evacuated.
Doesn't matter which headset I use.
Yeah.
One of those.
Stop touching me.
Hey, stop shooting each other.
This guy, nice to
Thank
meet
you. Yeah, please. We still got audio, or did you?
He goes
Yeah, we
everywhere.
got.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
You didn't turn us
Oh,
off
fine.
yet.
I can sign it for you later if you want.
Please.
So.
Yes,
Please.
They won't shut us off
Oh, it
live.
looks great.
Oh no.
No, they'll shut us
All
off.
spacing.
Because they did it last time while we were on live.
They usually don't.
Someone that tried to tune in, they said, "Hey Joe, I tried to watch," and he was all silent.
Everybody dipped on you, man.
That's all right. Okay.
Yep.
Lots of it. Need some drink now? Water, coffee?
I guess water. My mouth usually gets dry when I talk a lot, so.
Oh, these turned out great.
There you go.
Bless you.
Ah.
Or what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville
Batarang.
at their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street behind Sonic on Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.
I know nobody reads
Ah,
books
it's got that
anymore.
new book.
Kindle.
I do. I have
I
a library.
on Facebook.
so many books.
Now back to the debacle known as the Joe Padula Show.
We're waiting on Melanie to show up. Is it Braille?
It's okay.
Finally.
Get your thick glasses.
What? We got some thick ones in
Just wanted to be a jerk.
You don't have to try.
there.
Can't hear me.
Your phone on silent? Your phone on silent?
Oh no, it's fine.
What was that movie?
Oh yeah, it's on
What
top.
was the movie that the song was in?
Let me double
With
check.
Angelina Jolie
Oh. Space.
What was it?
plays an addict. We'll talk about it on the show.
What was that movie?
All right, here we go. Yo, welcome back. Good choice, Marco. It's a great song. It's about heroin, isn't it?
Lots of good songs.
I have no
there.
idea.
It's called Bad, right?
Yeah, you too.
You too? Yeah, I remember this song from a movie that Angelina Jolie was in. We were bound to be here.
She topless?
No,
I'm
not
gonna go
this-
Girl Interrupted.
No, it wasn't Girl
Yeah.
Interrupted.
No,
That was about suicide.
I didn't see it then.
Nah, it was a good one. It was about her being addicted, and they had a big scandal.
She was acting.
Original Sin, no. Gone in 60 Seconds. Man, she's been in so much. Look at this. Angelina Jolie,
Yeah.
Pushing Tin, Laura Croft, Croft.
It's the cheesiest.
Laura Croft.
Lauren Kraft.
Tomb Raider. Beyond Borders. How many Laura Crofts did they make?
2.
Two.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh, I like that one.
Taking Lives was the movie that this is from. Right, that's it.
Ethan Hawke and her.
Oh wait, she was naked in that movie.
Oh, good. Then maybe I should watch that.
Pushing Tin, Girl Interrupted.
How old is that movie?
2004 was the.
Oh, that'll be worth it.
Oh, Gia. Remember Gia on
Oh,
HBO?
yeah.
Yeah, that's when
Oh,
we got the first.
That's a lot of heroin too in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gia.
She's good at playing that.
Mm. Speaking of
Hmm?
Gwen Stefani. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about
White
that.
girls with braids.
Well, she may be already with somebody. You want to take a guess?
That was nice. That was fast.
That was quick.
Wow, overachiever.
Blake Show.
Blake Shelton.
Get out. That's
Isn't that something?
No, that's a rebound is all it is. Not something. We have obviously identified
It's
it.
because they're on that TV show together.
That's
Yeah.
such a weird
Yeah.
pairing.
We
The
work
voice.
together.
Yeah.
You have money. I have money. We're bored.
Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani
They're
there
both rebounding though. He broke up last year too.
were spotted together at Jared Leto's Halloween party. The sources say that they were holding hands
Oh.
before they were noticed by a photographer.
And then they stopped.
Oh, don't touch me. While a source at the party said that they were just hanging out with a group of friends.
Okay.
And they did leave together. And of course, this should be enough to get those dating rumors started again. But meanwhile, Shelton says that he's been preparing for awkward jokes about his split from Miranda Lambert.
Yeah.
And,
At the
that'll be
CMAs?
at the CMAs.
Her songs are about
Kidding.
like setting his stuff on fire and hey, when your girls suck. Like her songs have really
No,
for
no,
a
it's
while
gonna be
been
more
kind of
like-
mean.
Who tastes like sangria?
Tastes like sangria.
Yeah, you remember that song?
No.
Uh,
Who tastes like
that's
sangria?
a real thing.
You'll see. You'll laugh. We'll be talking about it.
I'm gonna write a song. Who tastes like PBR? So last time I hang out with her.
Oh, it's Ernesto.
Ernesto. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Joe Padula Show, WJZM, 1400 AM, where talk radio meets live music. We're about to get into the talk radio portion of the show.
Yeah.
Our first guest is no stranger to the studio. He's written a book of poems, Shadows of Reflections of Life. Okay, and that was a great one. And we're going through it. He's a soldier.
This is a lot of writing.
And he's able to articulate words in a way that you can relate and feel like, yeah, I feel your pain, man. As Bill Clinton would say, I feel your pain. I feel it, baby.
Yeah, I don't do impressions.
I feel your vein, pain. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, with his new book in our hands, it's called Brightness from the Shadows. Author John Nelson in studio. John,
Thank you, appreciate it.
it's great to have you, brother.
Should we snap
Good to
instead?
be back. I never understood the whole
Good job.
snapping thing. I
No,
guess,
yeah,
It's the Beatnik Poetry Night.
that's
Well,
right.
I guess I'm not a beatnik type, so.
Yeah, plus you got to be on heroin. Yeah, to
Well,
understand that.
well, that's another reason right there.
But man, I mean, here it is. Your first collection of poems was really catered towards a soldier, Okay, and it showed a lot of emotion. But this book right here, Brightness from the Shadows, is about some being in some dark places and ways to get out of it.
Well, actually, it's about humanity and the way that it's going and where we're going. And basically, the title I came up with, it's basically trying to show that even though the humanity and all that is going in a dark place, there's
Right.
still a glint of hope and brightness if you look for it.
Well, let's go over some of the topics that are trending that can vouch for what you just said. I
Mhm.
mean, look at all the shootings that are going on. Okay,
That's even.
look at the people shooting cops and cops shooting people.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, here's a story that doesn't seem to be going away.
Hmm.
All right, to be honest, it seems to be increasing. All right, let's look at your Confederate flag battle that was taking place just a few months ago.
Hmm.
All right, where you still have people in Mississippi that have the Confederate flag a part of their state flag and refuse to change it. All right, I mean, this whole debate about transgender and where they should be and where they should go, the rights for gay people to get married, okay, the hatred that has been spouted at both sides
Hmm.
on that issue as well. I mean, why such hate every day on the headlining news? I like to think reported more than ever.
Well, if you want my opinion on it, I think it's because of the way a lot of the generation is brought up now. And there's like no discipline or basically no consequences for actions anymore.
Right.
And I mean, I know a lot of people aren't spiritual or anything, but I mean, taking prayer out of school and stuff like that, that has a big effect on stuff like that. Because I mean, children aren't raised right anymore.
Well, you just brought up another hot topic: is people praying in school
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So, putting those words, putting those thoughts, putting those theories, okay, into this book. Why put it into your poems?
Well, basically, like I said, there's many different subjects that I wrote about in this. There's a chapter called Forgotten Country, cause I still write about veterans and military. That's like my biggest thing, because I've been in almost 20 years, getting ready to retire now.
All right. Well, thank you for your service. Of
Oh
course.
yeah, that's a long one.
But
That's what she said.
anyway, there's just like if I get a certain thought, or like sometimes I'll watch the news, or there's something crazy going on, or just get an idea or thought to write down in my head, and I try to convey the thoughts about what's happening and try to, I can actually write better than I actually speak.
No, you're doing great, brother. Now, I mean, on top of it, what are some of the other topics that you bring up within this book, Brightness from the Shadows?
It's a lot of stuff like cancer, suicide, bullying. I mean, a lot of stuff that people deal with.
Well, those three topics right there, okay? Cancer, disease, okay? People getting sick. I
Mhm.
mean, here's another growing number, all right? And of course, as the population grows, these numbers are going to grow as well, too. But I mean, the stuff that's being put in food and stuff like that, and then people's direct actions are definitely affecting their health.
Mm-hmm.
What's some of the things that you write about with that?
Well, I guess I haven't really written anything about as far as health or anything.
Or
Leaf
cancer.
recall.
I'm just trying to convey like I've written one
Yeah.
about cancer, one about suicide, which is another big thing, especially with veterans.
Yeah, especially this community.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's the
And-
way that he does it too. I mean, if you look through and you give a couple of them a read, you see that it's written not about a subject matter, but in a very, very personal experience kind of way.
Right.
It's very intimate, and it brings you into a feeling and an experience, which is the cool thing about poetry. That's what kind of sets it
Mhm.
apart from any other styles of writing, is that it's immersive and colorful.
And a lot of people can have their own interpretation of it, because I might be writing about one thing in specific,
Right.
but somebody else might read it as something totally different of what I was trying to say, but it still makes sense.
What's some of the topics that you bring up in your book here that you can personally relate to? That like say the suicide, all right?
Mhm.
The poems that are in here that are catered towards that topic. What are your dealings with suicide?
I haven't really had anything specifically personally to me, but I've talked to some of my soldiers and people, like family members that, for whatever reason, PTSD or just for other reasons, they just feel that they can't take it anymore.
Right.
But that's not the answer. There's ways around it. There are ways to help, and that's basically the last thing we need.
How important is it for the people to know that there is a bright side?
Mm-hmm.
Things may be dark, things may be in the shadow, but no matter what the situation is, whether it's all the topics that we just talked about, how important is it for that person on the receiving end of the tragedy stuff?
Well, it's very important because they have to know that there's a support group, no matter the friends, family. I mean, even like sometimes even counselors, whatever you need to find. There's people they can talk to about anything that'll lead you in the right direction and find you the help that you need, no matter what it is.
Sky, read one of the poems if you don't mind. Okay. Here, how about this one? Ready? How about you read the? Yes. Here we go. Folded flag. All right.
What's page number?
Right
Oh, you
there.
got it.
There
Here
you
we
go.
go.
Folded flag.
Wow.
Now, folded flag. Give us a back brief on folded flag.
I've actually been to a couple military funerals,
Okay.
and it is very emotional. I mean, it's like basically not a dry eye
Right.
when the soldier hands the widow or the mother or even the father or somebody the flag of the representing the person that they're getting ready to bury.
Understood.
And it's basically that's what that represents. Is this is this person's career, and this was their life.
That's a tough scenario to find a bright spot out of, though. And I'm very interested in hearing this. And this is one of the collections out of John's most recent book. Okay, Brightness from the Shadows. And please, Scott, continue.
Okay. It's called a folded flag. It's given to a family when a soldier has died. It's a symbol of their service with so much pride. It is presented to them and followed by a salute, and they'll jump when they hear the gun shoot. It's a symbol for those who've answered the call, and it's a reminder for those that may fall. It's only presented for those who have served. It's considered an honor that is well deserved. The emotions are intense as the preacher speaks, and the tears burn as they roll down the cheeks. All of the soldiers will have their own story, and theirs has ended as they hand over old glory. Our freedom is earned by their burdened scars, and it's a reminder as we look at the stars. But remember that their life was never in vain, even as our hearts will feel all the pain. As the Star-Spangled Banner is folded tight, it's a constant reminder of the soldier's might. As we hold the folded flag, it's a way to remember the proud honor of our fallen service member.
Very good. Very good. You should get in contact with country songwriters. Okay.
I've been trying to do that. I actually have songs
Yeah.
written, and I've actually got a couple on my website. You can go on YouTube and find them.
Beautiful.
But I'm not a singer. Trust me, if I were to sing,
Well, we
you'd
know
lose
a
all your
couple.
listeners.
Yeah,
But
I'm telling you, because these poems that you have here are
Very beautiful.
they're lyrics, and another way to spread your word and your message, because that's a great message right there. Someone's you think it's the rock bottom, but man, there's so much good out of it too, because they will never be forgotten and always remembered.
Now, if someone grabs a copy too of your book and they do want to make it a song, how would you prefer that they contact and they find you? Because we have a lot of artists here on the show.
email, Twitter, Facebook. I have a couple different connections on the
Right.
website and stuff like that.
Very
So.
good.
His links are on the Joe Padula Show Facebook page. Pinned to the top of today's Facebook is the promotional poster.
There you go.
Yeah, the link to the Amazon site is on there. Where definitely get this book.
I've got all my books on there, plus all the ones that I've co-authored with other people as well.
All right. Well, we're gonna get ready for a break here, but before we do, Sky, locally, what do you got?
Well, we've got one dead and one injured in a shooting on Ladd Drive in Clarksville. Now, one person was killed and another injured after a shooting incident on Monday night. It happened on Ladd Drive around 9:30 p.m. Now, Clarksville police say the injured female victim was transported to Vanderbilt University Medical Center with serious injuries. The deceased victim has been identified as 32-year-old Christopher John C.J. Skarch. The surviving victim will not be identified at this time due to the ongoing investigation. No suspect description or motive was immediately released, and anyone with information regarding this incident is urged to call the Crime Stoppers Tips hotline at 931-645-TIPS.
Where's that? Where's Ladd Drive?
Mhm.
Where is Ladd Drive? Like, I don't even know these areas, but man, here it is, another shooting. And this one, somebody dies and someone's killed.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
I think Ladd Drive is in Lincoln Homes.
Yeah, Lincoln Homes. That area is no stranger to the headlining news. But we're gonna go to a quick break here. But man, Clarksville, we gotta stop with the shooting. We gotta stop with killing people. We just do it. It's just
Killing
happening
each
too
other.
often. Man. I don't know what the dispute is over. I don't
Children.
know what the argument's over, whether it's money, drugs, he said, she said, nonsense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Glad
Home
Drive
violence.
is actually off of Madison.
Another one near the Madison area.
Extension of Richmond.
Man. Seriously. Come on now, Clark.
Yeah.
You guys can't handle these situations by talking? You know what a big problem is? People don't read anymore. You know, I mean, if you read, you're
Yeah.
exercising your brain, you're working out the muscles up there.
No, not books.
Oh, they reading. They just reading the wrong stuff.
What are they reading, Ben?
Some bull.
Some bull, right?
Okay.
Right, I hear you.
I
Most of,
haven't read that.
no, most of the people are reading this nonsense.
Nonsense that is
Yeah,
almost
stuff
inciting.
Like magazines?
Let's just say like the Illuminati and stuff like that. I know a lot of people just reading.
Oh, wackadoo.
Yeah, the wackadoo.
Fear-based wackadoo nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reading books and stuff that is calling to arms and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on now.
Propaganda.
Listen, these are your neighbors, all right? You got a situation, hey, call a cop. Call the officers.
We'll learn to communicate.
But then there's people that are like, I'm not calling a cop. Well, maybe you should be hiding something then.
No, should have had all those warrants. The segment of the show is brought to you by ArtLink, which is a not-for-profit organization which builds character through creativity at no cost.
There you go. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. We're hanging out with John Nelson, author of Brightness from the Shadows. Yes. This guy, good job on reading. Just one of the many. How many you got in here?
Yeah, folded flag.
200 something. I can't remember the exact count how many
Love.
it was. So.
And he's got that new book smell.
Yeah, I love paper.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
These have been sitting on my desk for a while because
Oh, your desk smells great.
Smells like desk.
Mm.
got it for my book signings coming up.
Got one in my hand about bullying. Hot topic.
Oh yeah.
Hot topic, bullying. Yeah. They seem to think that they're better than everyone. And they torment other people just for fun. Maybe it's because of their low self-esteem. And for some reason, think that this will redeem. Others are hurt by their actions and their words, and their children's cries will often go unheard. They do it without remorse or consequence. But the whole idea to live and live, and too often go home and shed many tears. Others are afraid to be willing to take a stand and feel that nobody else will ever understand. Some people watch and will do nothing to cease, so nobody can bring the tormented child peace. Deep down, they know that bullying isn't right, so it should be time that they stand up to unity. Yeah. Telling you, bullying.
Great.
There's a solution.
Yeah.
Stand up to bullies. Unite. Come together against them.
Go to the gym.
Yeah, go to the gym. Do some push-ups.
Yeah, buddy.
That's actually based on because I was bullied as a kid growing up. So
Oh, yeah?
It's like personal to me right there.
What'd they do? What'd the bullies do to you?
Basically trying to get me to pick a fight with them because I was growing up as a non-violent person. I know,
Right.
Of course, me being a soldier now, it's totally different.
That's
but
right.
I mean, I only fight if I have to.
Yes.
And that's how it was then too. I mean, but they pick on me for no reason at all. I didn't think so.
Yeah, no, but I'm telling you, I like this. You put your emotions to words, which can be translated to lyric. All right, we're going to take a break here, but when we get back, our next guest, all right? John, you can stick around, right?
Yeah, I'll stick on you.
Yeah, good. Stick around, because you're not going to want to miss this. We got, we got Melanie coming in.
All right.
That's right. She represents the group Military Veterans Paranormal. They're a military organization. All right, veterans, active duty, whatever, and they go try and prove that the ghost stories aren't real.
Okay.
And maybe they find out that they're wrong sometimes in that process.
We're so cool and cultured today. We've got authors, ghost hunters.
I know.
Wow.
So we got Dr. Bay.
Yeah,
How are you, Dr. Bay? Dr. Bay, this thing on my lip, is it herpes or is it burn?
I don't know. Might be a cold spell.
I don't have colds.
Oh,
I don't have colds.
You brought that on yourself.
I don't have cold sores.
Why
But
would you say it?
we do have a story that when we do get back is, some bad news from the dating world. The World Health Organization has some news about herpes.
Oh, okay. So it was a teaser.
Yes.
Ew.
It ain't good.
That's right. We're
Grossest teaser ever.
Joe Padula Show. We're the only show that teases herpes.
Herpes is forever.
Don't go nowhere. Joe Padula Show. WJZM 1400 AM. Absolutely.
That's what Don told
What
me.
were you doing?
Fighting. I was fighting.
He's
Oh,
he's
oh, you were distracted.
Try
Distracting.
You're good, man. You're good.
He's pointing at you because you're a bully. He's like, see?
I am not a bully.
Whatever.
I'm not.
Yep.
Listen, just because I have a strong stance against, bless your heart.
What about this olive and honey to be called ground beef products and 2 muscle cola? Hammer Nation.
Hammer Nation.
167,427 pounds of beef are recalled.
Good reading,
The Omaha
Scott.
steaks.
Good
You
reading.
can read better than I do.
Isn't she great?
Man.
I need a beatnik cap and
And the thing is, I got a couple book signings coming up. I'm thinking to do some reading, so that's gonna. I got one in Hendersonville
Yeah,
this
you
weekend, and I got one in
here.
Bowling Green the weekend after that. So.
awesome. That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
We,
Will you
yeah.
back my have a sit right? Oh,
You want me to over here?
I'll walk it right there. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll stay down for a little bit too.
It's like the Johnny Carson show. When you get done, you can move over on.
That's fine, that's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
And it's the last of the 21st century.
Exciting times.
Yes.
Affect everybody.
Right here? Okay. Are you excited to come? Where'd he go?
Oh, I found a couple copies of the book, huh?
Is this your bag?
Yeah, help yourself.
I-
That's why I bought extras.
Yeah, I actually started reading it while I was out there. It's fantastic. No, it's really, really good, and I don't normally say that about people because I'm and if it's like really shitty, I'll just say you wrote it. But no, it's actually really, really good. I was reading. There was one father, and then I was reading one about boredom. Is that from here?
I think boredom would be in this one.
Oh,
Yeah, this one here came out a couple years ago. This one was just released a couple months ago. So.
what's your new one?
Yeah, it's a new one. That's the one they were reading from here.
It was really, really good. You're gifted.
Well, I'm trying to basically, I don't do it for money, I'm not even making any money off of it. No,
Really?
nobody knows who I am. I'm still an unknown writer, so I haven't sold any books. But I'm basically just trying to get positive and inspirational messages out of people. Why I write, basically.
I thought it was really, really good. I was a soldier too. So it has I noticed it has a deep meaning. It's like you can identify.
Well, this one here was mainly written for veterans and soldiers.
Okay, because it was just like, oh my god, yes. Because if you don't write from that perspective, you don't have the perspective, how can you write from it? So, I really enjoyed it. Thank you. If you don't mind, I have something.
Sure. I can absolutely do it. Expo?
No, two A-N-I.
Scott, bring those in.
You go get some radiation therapy or something.
Radiation therapy?
You know what I'm saying?
Joey, are you coming
When,
Saturday?
Saturday at...
We're starting at like 1900.
1900, closing on at 7 p.m.
That's when I get used to they literally get some.
Sorry, I know. My boss keeps going, what is 1400 on this on our message sheets? I was like, it's 2. Duh.
Love it.
Which one?
People fighting like that.
You're looking different.
Oh.
Tiny.
Here we go. Yo, yeah, welcome back, everybody. Joe Padula, WJZM 1400 AM.
Hope you enjoyed your sugar break.
Yeah, this guy was throwing the Mennonite marshmallows at me.
Mennonite marshmallows.
Right, they're from the Mennonite store in
Those little
Elkton.
choppy, crunchy bits, just like the Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Brought to you by Ted of Back Road Brigade.
Thank you, Ted.
Which Back Road Brigade will be at O'Connor's next Thursday.
Very cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
American rock and roll.
Can they get in there?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course
good.
they can.
Yeah.
They're all 21 now.
Oh,
That's what's
wow.
great about them all being 21 now.
Look out, guys.
Now they can all go to the bars.
Rawr.
Love me some Back Road Brigade. Check them out at backroadbrigade.com. Well, there's more bad news on the dating front.
Okay.
The World Health Organization. Bae, this is for you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Never fails,
The WHO says that you probably have herpes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Most likely, there's a lot of people that carriers and won't even know.
Yeah.
You could,
What?
you could.
Derek Jeter.
So everybody has it?
Hold
Everybody has
on.
it? No.
Not everybody.
No.
Joe Padula does not, it says.
I don't.
But they say that
So-
2 in 3 humans
Oh, man.
under the age of 50, that's right, humans. Pigs were not included on the study.
Or cats. Lots of people kiss cats.
Don't give your cats herpes.
No.
PETA would be pissed.
The hair would fall out.
Putting chapstick on all the time. But yeah, they say 2 in 3 people under the age of 50 are infected with the incurable virus.
How can that be?
Ew.
Which, you want to know how many people that works out to be?
No.
3.7 billion people have herpes.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
So,
Thanks, China.
Oh, yeah,
So-
get away from me.
Thanks,
does it
Obama.
just become a normal part of being human then? If the majority has this thing, that isn't it just some dormant thing that's in everybody? Doesn't everybody have it then, technically?
Well, us purebreds, okay, that don't have it.
Right, us. Indeed.
Please. Well, let me tell you, if we got, how many people we got in the studio right now? If 2 and 3 humans, okay, so,
Oh, there's a lot of people.
okay, so Joe Padula, Sky, Bet. I'm the one who doesn't have it, no backs.
Well,
Okay?
what?
Don't you dare say that.
Separating us
my-
from
I'm taking
not how
you to
this
court for
works.
defamation of character, buddy.
my thing is this.
Chief?
I ain't had no
Good. I'm 50 years
no.
old.
Relations?
no relations since over 7 years.
Okay.
And Chief is, he said he's over 50, he's exempt.
All right, yep, you are, Chief AJ, you are exempt from this.
Okay.
Okay. Ernesto, okay. Mark Owens, and our next guest, okay. Melanie C. of the Military Veterans Paranormal.
I do not have it.
You do not, so Ernesto and Mark, you do.
Don't you put that evil on
There
me.
you
That's what
go.
I
You better tell,
Put that evil on
Get
me.
out of here.
better tell your girl
I got my
Paige.
desk over here. Y'all just stay in your spot.
Yeah.
Breathe in your circles.
Let me get the
Get
Lysol.
herpes breath out of here.
Yeah. AJ, go grab the Lysol.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, so the one glimmer of good news is that the herpes virus that causes cold sores, okay, and that's about it.
Herpes simplex something.
Yeah, as the herpes, yeah,
Complex
well, that's why you,
Ah.
oh, so Bay, you just admitted.
No.
By
I,
now?
No,
I learned.
don't make him
I-
guilty because he's
No,
educated.
because
Let him own
that means I would have AIDS too because I know about AIDS too.
Oh,
So-
Bay, do me a
What is it?
favor,
You know what I'm
sit
saying?
in the lobby for the rest of the
I
show.
feel like there's some vague science in here. We're not getting.
Dr. Bay.
No.
And yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
as Bay mentioned, the herpes simplex virus type 2, okay, which is the genital
Mhm.
variety.
They look like nachos.
Oh my god!
I'm not eating tonight.
I looked in the health book.
Oh, I looked in a health book.
Well, you know, the
He's a doctor.
Ah,
no, what, you know,
You are a
nachos not on the
doctor,
menu
and
tonight.
it's like, I will never look at a nacho the same way again.
that's why
Does
y'all
it look
ever
like a
see-
cheesy nacho?
It just looked like a nacho that all mixed up together.
Okay,
You
like
mix it
not
all
like
up.
salsa.
There's-
It looks like salsa
Well,
nachos.
There's only 417 million people who have nachos.
Gross.
Herpes.
I'm so I'm gonna go throw up.
Oh, that's so many sexual. I'm
Out
telling
of
you.
all the stories in the world.
That's a lot. You're good for not.
That's the closest I can to explain.
Yeah.
You
it's-
know
Bay,
how it looks when it breaks
thanks
out.
to you, I am
Yeah.
never ordering nachos ever again.
No
Ever.
further explanation.
No beer cheese here.
Yeah, you know, because I'm that dude that would look at a operating table and look
Ew.
at going through surgery and
Right.
watching the eyeball get
Ew.
operated on.
Right.
Why are
You
you
watch those?
Yeah, I watch them.
That's why he's a doctor.
He goes, oh, that's like a gumbo.
Man, that looks juicy. That's a juicy outbone.
That was the guy stopper right there.
Pass this slice of pizza.
Yeah, you need Halo in your life.
But yes, I'm sorry for the poor introduction, Melanie, but yes, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you. That was awkward.
That was.
Horrifying right now.
Well, I mean, I bring this up because horrification is part of her business.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Cause
That's not a real word.
Okay.
yes, the act of being horrified.
Horror
Okay.
movie.
Right, yeah.
You're right.
That was horror fiction.
Yeah.
Horror fiction.
I mean, the military veterans paranormal.
Yes.
Okay, I dig this group, and you guys got a lot going on. Not only just your studies and your research, but you guys are also doing a fundraiser.
Yes, we are raising money for the Wounded Warrior Projects.
I love it. And, you know, again, we got all military ties right now in the studio. John Nelson hanging out, author, about to be retired 20 years, fantastic.
One other year yet.
One more year. And yes, Melanie, you have military ties currently also.
Yes, I was a combat medic.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I love it. But what got you into the whole paranormal scene and event?
Well, I mean, I've always been interested in it. I had an experience when I was a young child.
What happened?
Well, I was
And how old?
I was about 7 years old.
Okay.
And my family and I lived for 1 week in a house in North Carolina. And I remember all of a sudden the door slamming, and
Okay.
it was an old house, and it had the old latch hook lock, but my mother couldn't open the door to get me out, and the windows started slamming up and down, the mirror started opening
No
up.
way.
That's what I remember. I remember my stepmom screaming.
Were you scared?
I was confused. I was little.
Okay.
So she picked me up, and I remember her getting the door open, screaming at my brothers to get out of the house.
Where was
this?
this?
This was in North Carolina.
It's like Amityville.
Thank God
That's
it's not here.
crazy.
So we ran out of the house, and it wasn't until many, many years later, I think it was maybe 10 years ago, that I had talked to my brothers, and I asked them, because I vaguely remember all of this, and my brothers confirmed that actually did happen. Furniture would move. The whole house would be rearranged overnight.
No.
And my stepmother also
There's
confirmed it.
There's got to be an explanation for this.
I never knew. And, you know, this whole time, you know, I'm 41 years old. My whole
Oh,
life.
you look great.
I love you.
No, you look fantastic.
Oh yeah.
My
Not
whole
a
life,
wrinkle.
I thought, well, maybe it was just a dream or something I saw in a movie. And my brothers confirmed we lived 7 days in this house. The day that we ran out, when all of that happened and everything was slamming, we never stepped foot back in there. We had to send people to get all of our furniture and everything.
Oh, great. Well, these poor movers don't have a bad life as it is,
Oh,
and
it's
you
a-
make them go into the haunted
It's all right.
house.
It was
Hey, not my
daytime.
problem.
Daytime. They were fine during the day.
We needed our GI
But
Joes.
did you ever do research on the house to see? Because I know there's a website now, and you can look up your address and see if somebody died in your house.
Yeah, but you got to pay for that now.
Well, the problem
hate
is
that.
that it was so long ago. We only remember that we called it the Green Rock House. And it's in a small town
The
where
Rock
my
says.
families are at. And they all said that nobody really stayed in that house very long. People would constantly move in and out. And then
Yeah.
finally it was completely remodeled and some stuff happened. I don't know what, and nobody ever went back in.
So there's the origins of
Yes.
your passion for this, no doubt about it. But what brought you to the next level where you want to go and, lack of better terms, go fight the battle?
Well, I got really into the research behind it. A lot of the history you see on TV about
Okay.
these alleged haunted locations
Yeah,
was
they-
wrong.
Right.
And so
The
when
shows, I mean, they're all scripted. They're all staged, a lot of them.
And so I started getting into the research behind a lot of this stuff, and I would help different teams. And then after my stint in the Army, after 5 years, I decided, you know what? Let's just go full force and put together those of us that have similar backgrounds so we can use tactics, techniques, procedures that we did in the military that made us, very stealth and thorough.
Yeah,
So we cross our T's, we dot our I's, and get to the bottom of this. And a lot of times we can explain and use scientists that we know to explain the phenomena, and other times, as AJ knows,
Oh, yeah.
things happen and we have everything documented, and because we cross our T's, dot our I's, it's irrefutable that something happened.
I dated a girl with crossed eyes and dotted T's. Yeah, that
It
was
happens.
years ago.
Did she have herpes
And now
too?
with your
She had herpes.
Okay.
I'd never kissed her.
Stop it. Now, with your experience as a combat medic, has that been connected to your paranormal research in any way? Has it
We do.
inspired you?
Yes,
or-
because one of the things that we do is a lot of times residents will say something's going on, and they don't realize that certain medications If you mix them together, or if you suddenly come off a medication,
Right.
you can have what you might think is experiences, and it's actually not. So
Right.
in that
You're just
respect.
tripping. You're just on drugs.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, I mean, some more stories that that you've encountered, and where? Anywhere around here where you went into and you're like, yo, this ain't right.
Yes, and AJ actually came with us. Chief came with us.
Chief?
Hey.
To the Old South Pittsburgh Hospital.
Okay, where's the old South Pittsburgh Hospital?
South Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
Okay.
It's about an hour and a half from here.
Yeah.
While we were there, we heard footsteps. Chief was scratched.
And this place is empty? This is
Yes.
an abandoned place?
It was a hospital, a functioning hospital, opened in 1959. They say that it was closed in 1998, but we discovered that actually the bottom portion was kept open in 2001 to hold criminally psychiatric patients.
Oh,
because there
good.
was no place to hold them.
Right.
And while we were there, he was scratched, people were touched. We were able to capture.
People were touched? Let me go on the next mission. I'm all on it. I'm down.
Okay.
Well, you can ask him how it felt because he felt really awkward.
It didn't feel too good.
Yeah. I'm sure his wife was pissed also.
Right?
Who was she, huh?
Yeah.
No, but I did see the marks on your neck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the marks went away like,
But the next day.
yeah, so how can that happen? How can you get a mark and then it goes away like that?
Especially if it, at the time that we saw it, because we saw it when it literally just happened.
Uh-huh.
I was right behind him, there was nothing. He felt something, we lifted his, the collar of his shirt, there's nothing to scratch him. It was deeply imprinted, it was a bright red, there should have been some sort of bruising or
Right.
some blood,
Right.
something, nothing.
Well, I mean, what equipment do you guys go in these places with?
We take various different types of voice recorders.
Okay.
We have a police body cam.
Have you caught any voices?
Yes.
And what do they say?
We
Hey, how you doing?
No, recently,
Okay.
yeah,
Ew.
the location we're going to right now, or this Saturday, we were in a room and it was very, very cold. And I said, somebody asked, what did you do in this room? And we
Okay.
heard nothing. So I started speaking all of a sudden that I had felt some warmth and some pressure on my thighs,
All
and it
right.
was warming me up. And I said, thank you. What we did not know until we got back and reviewed the data was at the exact same time I'm saying my body is feeling warm,
Right?
we heard the word rape.
Really? Man, that's some serious stuff right there.
Well, my husband wasn't too happy.
No.
Because I'm
Yeah.
sitting there saying, oh, this is so warm, whatever's going on, thank you.
Right.
Not knowing that this is being said.
Now, how can you say thank you? Like, say that's happening to me. First of all, I'm peeing my pants. Okay, that's number one.
That's good times.
Okay? All right? And second of all, I'm not saying thank you. I'm saying, oh, hey, yo. Well, first of all, I'm saying please be a girl. Okay?
Hey, buy me dinner.
Second of all, I mean, I'm out. I'm out of there. It takes a certain courage to stick around there and actually have a composed gratitude.
Well, I think that's the thing is that I didn't hear it.
Okay.
None of us heard it. We didn't catch that until we were reviewing all of our data after we were home. When we were at Old South Pittsburgh, there was so many things that occurred, but we're so conditioned to, if a mortar round goes off, or you're used to, for some of our team members, being shot at,
Right.
hearing a scratch, something move, a door slam, you maintain your military bearing. You don't run.
That's right.
And that's why we're good at what we do. We're not going to take off
You see
by
that?
tailing it.
They're trained. They're trained and they're ready. And then, man, how do you guys take requests? How does it work? What's the process?
They go on our website. We have militaryveteransparanormal.com, and we have
Right.
a contact form, and they fill that out, or they'll call the MVP phone, or they'll send us messages on Facebook.
Okay.
And that's where we go from there.
The Roxy Regional Theater basement.
Mhm.
Okay. Multiple reports that there's something down there. Sky, you personally feel that way too?
Oh yeah, I was down there. They keep all the costumes down there, so it's just the catacombs down underneath the Roxy, and it goes all the way back under the theater, and it's a very, very old theater.
How do you type in catacombs? I gotta go on Word and synonyms for catacombs.
Catacombs. It's like old Italian wine cellars,
Oh, let's go.
or like dungeons almost. It's very dungeon-like.
I want to put in a request. How much does it cost? What's the fee? How
There
does
is
this
no
work?
fee.
No, there has to be something.
There's absolutely no fee.
All right, now say we go down, okay? Rookies, okay? Bay, you're coming with us, okay?
Mrs. Button.
Bay, we have to get you over this fear.
He'll go. He's got professionals going with him. It's like
Yeah.
skydiving and being strapped to someone.
Yeah,
You'll be okay.
yeah, you get strapped.
We'll watch you.
Or bring some holy water.
We'll
I'll go.
protect you.
But I mean, I'm serious. This is something that I would love to go because Roxy Regional Theater, located right there on Franklin Street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's such a historic presence. Been a theater for decades, and on top of it, Sheryl Crow filmed her video. All I want to do is have some fun right in front of it. Pretty impressive. But yes, I want to go check out the hauntings.
Let's do it.
I'm in. I'm going to go online. I'm going to go to your website here, which is militaryveteransparanormal.com. All right, I'm going to go to the request form. I'm going to do this the proper way. We're going to get this done. All the links are on the Joe Padula Show Facebook page. All right, this is something very cool, something very interesting, and I think it could answer a lot of questions because there's a lot of disbelievers out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We call them skeptics.
Skeptics. Yeah, how do you handle the skeptics? Come with us?
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, not everybody on our team, like, I'm a skeptic.
Right.
It's not, I don't
Well, you
believe
should
anything.
be. I mean, that's the point of the whole thing is that you're trying to figure out what it could be
Right.
that explains it. That's some reasonable excuse that could dismiss away the fact that it is something unknown and ethereal and otherworldly, that it is ghost. You're looking for anything else that it could possibly be, and you're trying to measure that in any scientific way that you can find that we've invented so far.
Here's my only thing. I don't want them coming with me afterwards.
They don't.
Are you sure, Chief?
They don't
What's the
come
one that
with me.
follows you?
This one's had since I was a kid, so
Yeah.
that's my bud.
See, I don't want that.
That's all TV sensationalism.
Okay.
Speaking of TV, some of the shows that air today, don't they make people, disbelieve or make fun of them?
I would say yes.
You know, like
I
Ghost
watched a
Adventures,
show where they alleged to capture a demon in a box and
Right.
blow it up, and I thought to myself, does the Vatican know that there's an expressway about this? Because the last time I heard, that's not how it
Right.
works.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
if that's
captured
the
a demon
case-
they're watching too much Ghostbusters. That's the problem with that.
So of all the shows that are out there about ghosts, hunting like that, which do you think is more realistic?
Ghost hunters.
Ghost hunters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ghost
Jason
hunters.
Hawes and the rest of the gang, yeah.
The original
Right.
ghost
The Taps.
hunters.
The British one?
Taps.
No, Taps.
Oh,
Taps.
Taps.
The way that it was when
Yeah,
the
Taps
seasons
that.
first started, before it became so commercialized, because it's like she said, it's just like Sky said, it's the way we work in medicine.
Yeah.
You rule out all possible other sickness, illness, disease. So once you rule those out, your box gets narrower and narrower and narrower.
That's what I'm
So
talking about.
that's the way that we work. If we cannot logically explain it, we will send the data out to somebody who is actually an expert in an external field,
Right.
not paranormally involved, to review that data. If they cannot come up with an explanation for what happened, check.
Okay,
Because
there you go.
sometimes it can totally be debunked. Even they have these they have different frequencies that you can
Yes.
be exposed to because of people living next to wires, or sometimes really old homes have
Yeah.
a different kind of wiring, and it gives off these magnetic frequencies that create high anxiety and mild hallucinations. So sometimes you can dismiss it as that, but the TAPS team, like say going out to they went to the Gettysburg battlefield with heat sensitive cameras, they were able to capture a figure, and it's a full figure of a person walking, but it had no human heat signature. It was not a warm thing.
They used a thermal cam.
And it walked, and it walked, and it disappeared, and it was gone.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're gonna hang out with the MVP team, and we're gonna see what's
Well, for it.
going on over perhaps the Roxy if they let us in.
Very
We'll
cool.
figure something out. We'll put in a request.
We
Sounds
got a
good.
connection. We know a guy.
You guys got a big event going on this Saturday.
We do. We are doing a paranormal investigation called the Wounded Heroes Investigation of Wheeldon Manor in Central City.
Okay.
100% of all donations made, because we're inviting veterans and active duty service members to investigate, goes to the Wounded Warrior Program.
Wow.
Excellent.
There you go. Mark Owens, you joining us on our ghost hunting adventures? Well, we're not hunting ghosts. We're ghosts.
You're
real-
doing a paranormal
Yeah.
investigation.
That's it.
Investigation.
Paranormal investigation.
Not really in my contract.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Are you scared?
Ghost hunting?
Are you scared?
Ghost hunting.
Terrified.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You got a fear of ghosts?
Absolutely.
Wow.
This is one way to conquer it.
That's right, Mark. This is the way to conquer it.
I'm sure there are people who are afraid of getting shot at, but the Army has no problem sending them to Afghanistan and Iraq.
No, I'm busy.
Melanie, what's the deal with the Ouija boards?
You know, there's some people say it's a gateway and it's
Right.
a communication board. I personally don't believe it is, because if Hasbro can sell it to a 7-year-old, why
Oh,
should I
right.
be afraid of it?
Right.
I'll send Paige.
Yeah, Paige will
How
come.
about that? She'll go with you.
All right, we'll take Paige.
All right.
We'll take the one that doesn't have herpes. That's right.
Oh.
Again, awkward.
Ah, man, but I'm telling you, go check out the military Veterans Paranormal Online. All the links are on the Joe Show page. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break here. I got more questions for you, but
Sure thing.
man, John, what do you make of this? I mean, you're an author.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you a believer or are you a skeptic?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I basically would have to be there and experience it myself to really get an understanding of what it is I'm seeing or not seeing. So.
Well, I believe if you go there, you can write definitely a well thought out poem about it.
Actually, there's a poem similar to that in the book.
What is it called?
I have to remember which one it
I
was.
saw
It's
it.
called
The Haunting.
It's under the story poems because they're actually just stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. It's called How Long Will You Last? I've been asked that many times myself, sir.
No, it's the one called Stranded.
Get out.
That's what it's called.
The one called Stranded. It's basically a ghost story,
Really?
and it's written in poem form.
I love it. Well, you definitely want to get John Nelson's book, Brightness from the Shadows. All right, it's well received. I mean, you got such great quotes from other people in here, and I'm telling you, I look forward to sitting down and reading this. I just finished my one book that I was reading, so I'm ready for my next one. Well, actually, I started another one. I started Trump's Art of the Deal,
Oh, you started it?
which is good.
Again?
Again. Well, I had to. I put it down. I forgot what the whole first 4 chapters were about, so I had to restart it.
Oh,
But I'm going to put it down again, and I'm going to pick this one up.
All right.
It's Brightness from the Shadows, John Nelson. And you can get it on Amazon right now. All the links are on the Joe Show page. Pinned to the top is today's promotional poster. You'll see his wonderful face, and you'll see those wonderful links. Definitely get this book. It's a good way to look at the bright side of some dark situations.
Yeah.
Especially in a time of day when there's so much negativity.
I know it's crazy out there.
It's cray.
Hmm.
It's cray. And I like this. It's a positive outlook on things.
And that's what I was going for, trying to show, bring, like I said, a brightness out of the shadows. The title says what I'm trying to do. Basically, if you look around, there's a brighter side to everything. So.
I'm telling you, on our next paranormal investigation that I go on, I'm bringing this book. It's gonna lead the way.
I will have you in a room by yourself to read
No,
that.
no, you're not doing it.
Ooh.
Believe
come
me,
on.
I don't get scared.
You could share it.
I don't get scared.
Yeah.
I'm a man. You know what I mean?
But you just won't do that.
Well, I'm very busy.
Oh, sure.
I got a lot of promotions going on, a lot of events, including one on
It's gives you
Saturday.
goosebumps to think about trying to do that, doesn't it?
Well, let's just say I peed my pants while you were here.
That's outstanding.
So that's
Again,
Smell.
good times.
No, I don't get scared, but we'll get into more of it
It's
when we
sterile.
get back. Sky, locally, what do you got?
Well, we've got a man that was shot twice at Fort Campbell Boulevard apartment complex. Clarksville police are investigating a shooting that occurred in the parking lot of Independence Place Apartments on the 3100 block of Fort Campbell Boulevard on Monday around 4:15 a.m. Now, according to a press release, one adult male victim was shot 2 times
Ugh.
and had what appeared to be non-life-threatening injuries. He was transported by ambulance to a TriStar Skyline Medical Center in Nashville and is currently in stable condition. The suspect is unknown. There is no further information at this time, and if anyone has any information related to this incident, please call the Crime Stoppers Tips hotline at 931-645-TIPS.
All right. I used to live there, Independence Place Apartments. I always hated spelling that all out on the check that I had to hand in for the rent.
Right?
It was the worst. Yeah, I ran out of line, Independence Place Apartments.
It crammed it and just kind of wrapped around the side of the
Yeah.
tank.
Unbelievable.
Well, this segment of the show is brought to you by O'Connor's Irish Pub off Exit 1. This weekend is live music and the UFC 193. For more details, you can visit o'connorsfun.com.
I used to be the security officer over there, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they gave me half off of my rent.
You were like a Mr. Fix-It?
Well, that's what they thought.
Okay.
It was just my job to, if any situations, a number was called and that number would go straight to my
Diffuse
my
the
cell phone.
situation.
No, like say there was something was unlocked or something. I had to make sure that the pool was closed at 10.
Oh, I see it right now. It's like,
Oh, I used to get.
oh man, I'm so glad you're here. Can I help you, ladies?
No.
Yes, we can't get this bottle of Cabernet open.
No. This one person.
Oh man, it's so hot.
This one elder woman.
I can use my shirt to open this for you.
Like I wasn't there to unclog your toilets. You know what I mean?
I'm here
Okay.
to fix your pipes.
All right. I'm not here to find your lost dog. All right.
Hey, Joe, did you have a whistle?
Hey, Security Officer Joe Padula.
With the top flight security of the world trade.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
So,
I stopped after 3 months. Like I'll just pay for it.
stop filming me.
All right, we got some more stories to go over locally. Sky, what do you got when we get back?
Well, we've got a very serious one here. We've got a drunk driver that was caught with his children in the back seat.
You're so stupid. Allegedly, you're so stupid. Until convicted. But yeah. Also, I want to talk about the Jay-Z and Kanye West.
Yeah?
Well, their hotel writers have surfaced.
Oh.
Some very interesting demands
Oh, I can't even
on
imagine.
these individuals. All right, don't go nowhere, Clarksville. Joe Padula Show, WJZM 1400 AM. Absolutely.
I want Butterfingers. A coffee table full of Butterfingers.
Central City. Central City, a lot of people don't realize that's actually one of the places that the mob
Hey, John, can
was
you stay
hiding.
for one more?
It's just around Greenville.
Oh, okay.
Herpes.
Sounds like fun. I'd love to go, but I
got
only
it
have
too.
something going on this
No,
weekend.
you got it.
No,
I'm going to
you
Brookside
got
this
it.
weekend, so I'll be in Henderson.
Did you ever have it on your lip?
Ah, it's the opposite direction.
Yeah, well, I'll be in Bowling Green the weekend after that for another one.
That's where around, it's on its way there.
Oh, okay. And actually, like, I haven't really sold enough to make a difference, but part of the proceeds that I sell from this book go to the Wounded Warrior Project.
You know what, if
Well,
you
I-
don't mind, do you have like images of, or like the covers that I can put on our Facebook page and on our
so you can go on
website?
my, so I don't know if you got one of my cards or not, but you can go on my website and like, there's images for all the books. Because I've written these. I'm also a member of the Military Writers Society of America, so we just released another book, you know. So basically, I've written 3 myself, but I'm also co-author of like 4 others.
Yeah, I'd like to, if you don't mind, I'll promote it on our Facebook and our website. We get a lot of people interested because we are the only all-military team.
Well, I wanted to do something like that. I was actually talking to a buddy of mine he's East Ave with me, and him and his wife had one of those hunting things. And I got this book called Haunted Tennessee. It's basically these places that I got signed by one of the authors at Comic-Con and everything. But I like to, because I've been to some of these places, like Hermitage and stuff like that. Of course, been there, of course, you don't see anything while you're there. And I've got all these stories on it.
We do a lot of our own history. I go and I travel and I'll talk to residents. I'll go to the libraries. I'll go to the and I've actually been able to, for this location that we're going to, it was put out that the building wasn't any older than 1933. Come to find out, it's been around since 1912. And Genealogy Annex didn't even know about it. She had maps, and I was able to find the ad in the phone book and an old census map. So we got to change history. So we're doing a lot of good. I will say 9 out of 10 places where we are able to successfully debunk. But then there's that. It's always that one. You never know.
Can't really explain it.
But I think it's good because you have people that have never, once they leave the Army, sometimes the Army just, they forget you know? And it's a place where they can be themselves, can use our own vernacular, you know, language nobody else understands. Our own jokes where we don't have to be PC. The way and our mannerisms that people automatically get so they feel safe and comfortable and use some of the things that the military taught us for good. And it's fun and it's something different.
And that's what I want to do when I retire. I want to like do something with the VA or something to help, you know. Like I said, that's why I try to help with the Wounded Warrior Project.
So you switched seats on me.
Like I said, I'm still an unknown writer. So I haven't really, I've actually given away 90% of my books. I'm trying to get my name out there.
No, it's not over yet.
You have to win.
And like
You
you
gotta
asked
win
me
the
earlier
last.
about
If you win
songwriting,
all yours,
I want to be a songwriter.
all your last
I have
names, you in.
connections in Nashville. So.
You at least gotta win 7.
Win out. Win out.
I can't win 7.
It all depends.
The week 12.
Listen, say other people just lose
That's
that.
really good.
You can still
I
do
go
that.
very thin.
It goes all the way up to week 14, sir.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
All the way up to week 14. Wild card.
Jealous.
You might get a wild card. You never know.
No. Greg liked 0-6, huh?
Yeah. It's telling the first 6 weeks. He'd be like, you own some 4.
Oh, I love
She
it.
works out.
She works
And
out.
And ride a bike.
She's sexy and she knows it.
Tell me how Andrew Luck.
Oh,
Andrew
my
Luck
goodness.
and his supposed to have a bye week this week. I'm dropping Luck.
Kid, you play sexy and you know.
Wow.
Oh, hey, here's a better one, Rico Suave. That song Rico Suave.
People don't remember
Who
that.
scored more though?
Lotion.
I love that song.
I did too.
Well, you said
I
something
used to
you
jam
did.
to that.
Okay, good.
I don't know. A luck will come through, but we don't. They're both on a bye week. I'm gonna have to pick up Jameis Winston. So he's
Do it. Get Dalton from.
I thought lotion is
No, he's already.
Okay,
Oh.
that sounds good. That sounds good. I like that.
Scrub.
Oh, look, my chair's bouncy.
So this is what it's like to be a girl.
Oh my gosh.
It depends.
Oh, did we get that? Oh yeah, this mic is always hot. This mic is always on. So I don't know what your conversation was like earlier.
Oh, awkward.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding now.
All right, here we go. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. I walk and stop me. Eat, wah, me, that, me. I got passion in my pants and I'm not afraid to show it. What am I? Thank you, Sky. Oh, now she's doing Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah.
And you can watch what's going on here in the studio at joepadula.com and just click on that studio cam button and bam, you're in the studio.
Dance party.
Yeah. I just did a, who was that? Who used to go bam, the cooking show?
Oh,
Emerald.
Emerald.
There. Bam.
Too bad you don't cook like Emerald.
Oh, come on.
Do we cook?
I
Can
could
we
cook.
No.
I could cook.
I thought you
Believe you me, I could cook.
cook.
It's been a while since I cooked. And that's the
Yeah,
thing
the-
too, when you're cooking,
Uh,
it's not like riding a bike. You gotta keep at it.
no, it is like riding a bike.
No,
when
it's
you
not.
have the taste.
I think it is.
No, it's
Because,
not.
Taste
I
and flavor.
just cook because I cook.
You know what helps when you cook? Money. If you have money to buy the right ingredients,
No kid.
You know
Right.
what? I
That,
think
that's why all my stuff tastes flavorful because I had to cook with stuff that I had to work with.
well, we're hanging out here on the show. We got Melanie C. from the Military Veterans Paranormal,
yeah.
the MVP. Great conversation, thank you.
Thank you.
Very insightful. Speaking of very insightful, let me tell you something about Brightness from the Shadows, written by John Nelson, also in the studio. If you want this, go get this book. It's on Amazon as we speak. Any book signings coming up?
Actually, yes, I have one in Hendersonville, Tennessee this weekend at Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
And then on the 14th, I'll have one up in Bowling Green, Kentucky, also at Barnes & Noble.
How about at the USO? Can we get you a book signing at the USO? We got connections.
I probably could, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well,
And then I also have two Thanksgiving weekend up in my home state of Minnesota. So.
Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Soda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cue the impressions.
Okay.
There you go. But a lot of soldiers here in studio. Soldiers at North Carolina's Fort Bragg got to celebrate Halloween over the weekend. Very nice.
Okay. Kind of normal so far.
Unfortunately, one unnamed soldier thought it'd be funny to dress up as a suicide bomber.
Oh.
That guy, huh?
He knew
That guy.
somebody was
That
gonna
guy.
do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of them this year, though.
Oh.
I did.
Oh, you saw a lot of people doing that this
Yeah,
year?
I did.
You know what was a surprising costume? The kid that made the clock. I saw the pictures of the kid that made the clock, you know, quote unquote the clock that looked
Yeah.
like a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that
don't
was,
even get started on that one.
Oh, no.
Jen's gonna write a poem about it.
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock.
Clock, tick-tock.
It's a
tick-tock,
designated.
it's a clock.
It's a timer.
I hope it blows off your
Pinky.
No.
Yes, not thinking it was so funny were the base officials who called in an explosive ordinance
Get out.
and yes, called in the EOD to remove them. And they had to shut down the base because of it too. Yeah. Now the senior commander at Fort Bragg there later directed that soldiers, please do not wear costumes of this sort.
He's gonna ruin it for everybody.
I can't believe you got to tell people this.
They're gonna be like, no costumes now. That's what you know. Why would you wear that ever? And then why would you wear it to a military base or like a school? Why, you know, those are off limits.
I don't know.
do that.
I go into my memory banks back in the service, and yeah, there is always that one soldier that pops up that you could picture going this costume.
He just thinks it's hilarious.
And that person is Chief AJ. Yeah.
That's right. I'd do it, man, a heartbeat. Yeah.
Can you imagine being the first line getting the phone call
Oh my God.
about your soldier? Can you imagine?
I could just see him with all these empty paper towel rolls duct taped to his body.
Do push-up. Do push-up.
Forever.
Forever.
You know what? Just stay there.
It's the
Just
shoddiest
say
paper towel roll costume ever.
Oh man, I got a topic I want to talk about here. I want you guys' insight on it. If you want to join in the conversation, 931-645-6414. In about 1 year, a new law goes into effect requiring restaurants with at least 20 locations to post the calorie counts on their menus. Many fast food restaurants are already doing this, as we know, and the researchers say that it's not having much of an effect on customers. However, they say that it may lead restaurants to serve healthier options. One possible reason why customers aren't ordering lower calorie items is because people seldom go to fast food restaurants for health reasons.
Yeah, right?
I kind of agree with that. And they also found that the national restaurant chains that are already posting calorie counts tend to serve food that's lower in calories compared to with restaurants that don't post calorie counts.
Yeah, and you know they're going to have to start revising their menus too after all of this because the sales are going to go down.
Now they say that for this reason, customers may end up consuming fewer calories whether they want to or not.
I hope it inspires them to revisit their menu.
But I mean, are you going to force people to order lower calorie food?
I think it's just going to create lower calorie menus, so I hope it's just a big chain effect.
I don't need to look at the calories when I eat. I'd be like, okay, I'm hungry. What do I want to eat? Okay, I'm going to eat this.
I'm always looking at calories.
I don't.
Always.
I don't.
You know, I even got an app for my phone. Okay, this thing is great.
Yeah.
I recommend you guys get this app out there.
Yeah.
All right, it's MyFitnessPal.
Okay.
All right, and you can plug in whatever food you want, and they got such a national database where it goes. If, say you're at O'Charlie's, okay? It has the entire O'Charlie's menu already in its database. It's got everything.
Okay.
McDonald's.
I just watch my intake on how much I eat.
And then you
Right.
you can put in a sandwich, like say you got at a locally owned shop that would be in the national database, and it has comparison sandwiches.
Sure.
Sure.
I have the opposite problem of you guys. I'm like, did I eat today? I should really do that.
Yeah.
I want to find that.
I should eat
It's
more
just,
though.
it's like busy. I need all the calories I can get.
Yeah.
Like I'm the opposite. Like give me whatever's got the most in it, so I can just take a nap.
But then there's a difference between empty calories and efficient calories.
Yeah. See, this
All
is
right.
a whole class that I'm missing here.
You know, like you can have low calories of efficient calories, and I think it's much better than your high calories that is crap.
I think that if you just eat a meat, if you have a really good grade of meat and a vegetable or raw vegetable of some kind, and then maybe like a rice or quinoa, then you're set. That's all you need. Just one of those every day. It's good.
I think it should be my choice.
Your choice.
I think if I want to eat fat food
Right.
and have it stick to my thighs, that's my choice. And I'm sure it'll be delicious. I
But-
don't think it should be anybody else's decision as to what I can or cannot
But
choose.
if we're going towards a national health care system, and we're going to be paying for your fat, and by the way, your fat.
Why?
I'm
He's
fat.
hypothetically using
yeah,
your
that's
it's,
all right.
it's
No, that's
all
fine.
hypothetical. Yeah, but you got beautiful thighs.
That's awkward, but okay.
They even get warm when you go on paranormal investigation.
Quite
right.
warm we
That's
do.
how great thighs you have.
Thank you.
But the royal you, okay? I mean, then I'm concerned a little bit because our taxes are going to be now paying for your health care situation.
The royal
But then I
you.
should also be saying we should also be able to do the same thing about those that drink.
Uh-huh.
Because your liver's going to be affected, those that
Agreed.
smoke,
Yeah.
everything else. At
So
what
putting a
point?
limit on all that.
At what point is it as adults that we start making our own decisions and the government butt out? Because isn't that part of the problem we're having today?
Which I got no problem with that, but now we have a problem with people body shaming. All right, and now who's the ones who's going to keep everyone in line? But the body shamers. I want someone to body shame me.
I don't.
Hey Joe, you're putting on a few pounds.
Okay, Joe.
Thank you.
Hey,
You know what?
Joe, I'll
Look at
help
it
you,
this
Joe.
way. I have
I'll
two
body
daughters.
shame you right back.
I'll body shame you.
I'll body shame
I'll
the crap
body
out of
shame
you.
you till you cry.
I have two young daughters.
Right.
Completely different phenotypes. One's thicker than the other.
Uh-huh.
My younger one just happens to be very, very, very skinny, like hyper skinny.
Okay.
And the other one, she's normal.
Right.
Do I want, and I'm telling her, you know, at 11 years old, this is just a normal phase. All girls go through that
Yeah,
heavy
the
stage.
plump face, it happens.
But do you know at 11 years old, she's already
Still
concerned
pregnancy.
about her waist size.
Right.
She's already concerned that her jeans are this big and so's doesn't have that big.
Right.
Disney
That's the
Channel.
point at which it's starting to get unhealthy. And at what point are we going to say, you know what, enough? Eat. You can be healthy. It's about portion control. It's not bad to eat fast food, but be happy with whom you are on the inside first.
Yes,
Oh,
be
yeah.
happy meal with you first. I agree. But with that too, I mean, you got the youth there, and their activities, physical-wise, is decreasing while they're sitting in front of the video games and just playing left and right.
But then whose fault is that?
Uh,
Who introduced that?
The parent.
Yeah.
The parent.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
you know, that's a
we
lifestyle
mentioned video
change.
games.
Oh, here he
Nernesto.
goes.
Oh, Nernesto, what do you got?
He has something. Okay, what is it?
I'll tell you, the activities that children are doing now
Uh-huh.
is also social fear. Because when I was a kid, when you were a kid, when we were all kids,
Oh,
we'd be
yeah.
out on our bikes till 8 o'clock at night.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Right.
So
But
the
now
streetlights
parents are
came on.
so scared to let their kids out. They're like, you know what?
It's
Here's
not
your
good, no.
Xbox One. Enjoy playing Halo 5, which just recently released.
'Cause it's safe
There's
in the
my
living
Vista.
Right.
It's
you
safe
know,
in the living room.
Yeah, it's safe in the living room.
Mark,
Yeah.
what? How do you feel on this one? With the calories and the
true.
kids and the less activities
Look
and
at
the
the
body
stories.
shaming and bullying?
Well, it's like I said, Joe. You know, when hamburgers are $1 and salads are $5.
Yes.
You got a problem.
Right. Again, your cost. Okay. You want to eat organic. You want to eat
Good
healthier.
point.
It's going to cost you more. All right. And every time we have our organic people in here, they come in. They explain that the reason it is, and I understand it. I mean, it costs more money to raise cage-free chickens than it is to have this, you know, your steroid-injected.
And the way that they're processing it
Right.
is controlled, and it's different, and it's cleaner.
So we got to figure out ways with the food, how to make it healthier, because you can have healthy fast food.
How to make it more available.
We have a healthy balance.
Right.
We have fast food Fridays.
I like eating.
Oh, I like this.
So throughout the week we eat healthy meals, and I make everything because I also have a child with autism. So I cook a lot. But on Fridays we have fast food Fridays, and my kids get to pick which fast food they want,
Yeah.
and we eat the
What do
crap
they
out of
usually
it.
pick?
Hamburgers and Mexican food like
See?
Taco Bell and stuff like
See?
that. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that though, as long as it's balanced. But I don't need a government or any national organization to come in and tell me what
Right.
I can or cannot eat.
It is the role of government, and I firmly believe this, not to be on our backs, but on our side. Okay?
Yes,
And
it's
this
about
is an area
education.
where I see they are
Right.
getting on your back.
But
One
they
choice.
As long as I'm educated about it and I educate my kids,
Right.
look, this is not always the healthiest choice, but there's nothing wrong with it because you have the flip side. If you're constantly denied something, what are you going to want?
Exactly.
That thing that you're constantly denied.
I
And
used
then
to
you're going to
love
binge.
the TV dinners. What was that? The Hungry Man's meal.
Yeah.
Those are
Oh.
delicious
Oh,
and
but-
$1.
But the calories.
You know, it's all about
Oh, yeah.
moderation. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, fast food's not going to kill you unless you eat it every day, 3 times
Right,
a day
or
for,
unless
you know.
you were talking about the government being involved in everything. There's a lot of chemicals, and there's a lot of processes, a lot of diseases that are making it into our food system and supply that are being
Process.
recalled after the fact. But they're being recalled after the fact because people are getting sick, and then they investigate.
Yeah.
They need to have more of a regulation on the front end of what's actually happening to this food before it goes to the market. You have children. There was a child that had eaten a hamburger from Jack in the Box and had died
Yeah.
before they started looking into the recalling of the beef and that there was something
Yeah.
wrong with the fast food beef patties, and it became a massive investigation.
Not to be rude, but that burger was to die for.
Ah.
Yeah.
But
Come
I mean,
on.
it's a
That's
balance.
not
It's
funny
gotta
at
be-
all.
It's got to be about not
Throwing
just
the
what you
book at
eat.
you.
Don't-
It's got
no,
to
that's
be
not
with
book.
Wagging
activity.
the finger.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing too is, especially for parents, it's education.
Absolutely.
And you know what would be a great movement? If you have a backyard, if you have a home, go build a garden with your kid.
Garden.
That way you are making them physically active and showing them the importance of growing their own healthy food.
I think it should be taught in school.
What if you live in an
Mhm.
apartment?
There's always
Then go to
a-
the supermarket and
Then
get some
go-
organic
Yeah.
lettuce.
Yes, there you go. All right.
You got some pots and plants that you can plant outside.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Is it pot?
But we're gonna that leads us to our next break here. But very good conversation, and Tanya, you know, you want to have a good conversation, go get a book, get Brightness from the Shadows. John Nelson, appreciate you coming in here today, brother.
I appreciate you having
and
me over.
sharing it. Thank you for bringing the book in.
Can we get these signed?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. And your book signings. Let's get you one here in Clarksville.
I've actually had a couple here in Clarksville. I haven't really been popular because I'm still an unknown writer. Nobody knows who I am.
Don't worry.
I
They
write
know
Hastings
now.
and stuff,
Yeah.
and people look at me and
We'll
who's
help
this
fix
guy?
that.
So,
Let's. I like that. Let's do a live event. We'll do a live event, do a book signing, the whole bit.
all right,
I'm in.
I'm down.
We'll get some. We'll introduce your books and your poems to some singer-songwriters around here.
That's great.
And that is a great way to get this book well known.
All right, works for me.
Hear these lyrics, everyone likes a song, go check out the book. Check out the source. And that source is Brightness from the Shadows. 200 plus poems, collections by John Nelson. I like it. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break here, but Sky locally, what do you got?
Well, we've got a drunk driver that was caught with children in the back seat. A Clarksville man was arrested after he was allegedly caught driving under the influence with children in the vehicle. Now, according to an arrest warrant, 42-year-old Alfred Eugene Bryant was stopped by police on Walnut Street
This is
at
a tough
Providence
name to have.
Boulevard for improper use of the turn lane. Now, the officer said it appeared that Bryant had been drinking and he performed poorly on a sobriety test. Bryant consented to a breath test, which said he was well above the legal limit. 3 children, ages 6, 8, and 11, were in the backseat of the vehicle.
Right? Should have had the
Bryant-
11-year-old drive.
Bryant
Right?
said he was babysitting them.
He was babysitting the kids?
Yes, and
Oh
police,
my
also,
God.
police also discovered that Bryant did not have a driver's license. So Bryant
Oh,
was
no.
charged. He was charged with a DUI, driving without a license, and child abuse and neglect. His bond is set at $3,500.
That's
Should
it?
be
You
higher.
drive without a
It should be
license.
higher.
I mean, you've got to know. I mean, what do? You get
Well-
in the car, you put your seatbelt on, and you just, I mean, what do you bend over and kiss yourself goodbye? Or
Well,
you pray
maybe-
the whole
I
way?
guess you
'Cause
just
if you
hope
see
you don't
blue
get
lights, you're
caught.
going to jail. You're
That's
going
nuts.
to jail. There's no disputing it. You're not,
Yeah.
you know.
Now, don't forget there is a difference between dropping your actual driver's license in Edward
Like it's
Steakhouse.
not on you, and all
Right.
and between
There
it's
is
been
that.
taken away by a court system.
My driver's license sitting in the crack of the wall on
Yours
the
is
floor
lost.
at the Edward
Yours is
Steakhouse
lost.
right now. It's the
they're
worst.
They're
I'm
not
tending
referring
to the whole way while I'm texting. It's
But
great.
you got the paper.
When they say
Look
driving
at the
without
paper.
a license, they're talking about has been revoked, suspended. There's some
Yeah.
implication there. He's not driving around because he left it laying on his nightstand.
Yeah.
That's not what they're talking.
And he's a babysitter. To boot. I can't believe I'm babysitting these guys.
Yeah.
Don't tell mom the
wait,
babysitter's drunk. Don't tell him.
Sure. Oh well, the
Dishes are
segment
done, dude.
are done.
Great line from a movie.
Boom.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a movie quote knowledge here in a moment. Brought to you by Wicked Good Sandwiches.
Whatever you say, Rose. The segment of the
Uh,
show. I'm on
Home
top
Alone.
of that, Rose.
Oh, right on top of that, Rose.
Same movie. Okay, so segment of
You
the
got it
show.
wrong.
Whatever. The segment of the show is brought to you by Hops, Java, and Juice. Organic juices, amazing coffee blends of freshly made edibles, and local artist music and books. Right on Strawberry Alley. Hops, Java, and Juice is now serving.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break here, and when we get back, we'll do some movie quote knowledge. See how you guys do with this. Plus, also, we got to get into the Jay-Z and the Kanye West writers for the hotel. So many more topics to go over. Plus another one, Leah Remini. Everyone knows Stacey Kowalski from.
Queens.
Well, first she was in Saved by the Bell the summer year, where they went to the summer place.
Okay, summer
Where,
place.
Leon Carosi, who did the voice of Puma in
Timon and Pumbaa?
yeah, in Lion King, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and everyone knows her from King of Queens. Well, she was a Scientologist, and then she quit.
That was the craziest connected rant you've ever done.
Thank you.
I just saw that on 2020 last Friday. I watched that whole
She
thing.
did.
Yep,
got
she
it.
did the interview, and she tells all about the Scientologist religion and its people.
Okay, so she is
I'd be
now.
embarrassed. That wouldn't say anything.
I don't know. She's about to
You
make
know,
a
I'm from Los Angeles, and if you see the Church of Scientology, it looks like this big giant castle with this big huge steeple. You cannot miss
Nashville's
it
got
anywhere.
one just
like the Magic Kingdom.
It's ridiculous. Like
Wow.
you can see it from the freeway.
It's the
You can see it
creepiest
from
place on
space.
earth. That's right. But yeah, we'll get into that. Plus, also a new study has been linked between. Well, do you guys TV binge watch?
Yes.
Yeah, you might have an issue.
Dang.
Melanie, you might have a problem.
Hey, at least it's not herpes.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not.
Those who binge watch have herpes. That's what this study
I
says.
binge watch while eating fast food.
Yeah. All right, Clarksville. We still got so much to go over here. You don't want to miss it. John Nelson, thank you so much for joining us today. You rock, brother. We're gonna get you hooked up with some writers and some book signings here too.
Even better. Appreciate it.
Too easy. All right, don't go nowhere, Clarksville. Much to do here on the Joe Padula Show, WJZM 1400 AM. Absolutely. Pictures? Can we do pics?
Oh, sure.
With the books.
I remember when this song came out.
Yeah.
I remember.
It
It was like.
wow. Yeah, strikes me
I thought it was done. Was it not?
You gotta do the traffic report.
Time now for a traffic update here on WJZM Radio, brought to you by the Augustine Insurance Group. Traffic moving along smoothly in the Clarksville area. We don't have any accidents reported at this time. A couple traffic stops around town, the latest being on Madison Street and Purple Heart Parkway. Be on the lookout for those, as well as your usual afternoon slow spots, including Wilma Rudolph Boulevard, New Providence Boulevard, Fort Campbell traffic on 41A, and the intersection of Madison Street and MLK Boulevard. All usually slow this time of day. Slow down, stay alert, and have a safe ride home on this Tuesday afternoon. As always, this traffic update brought to you by the Augustine Insurance Group, Clarksville's insurance experts since 1972.
Oh, did you want me to sign that and everything?
Yes, please. Please, sir.
Okay. And I'll sign hers out there.
Oh,
Oh, is that it there?
thank you, sir.
S-K-I-E?
S-K-Y-E.
S-K-Y-E.
Movie quotes.
So seriously, are you coming?
Yes.
Good.
How far is it from here?
It's about an hour. It's near Greenville. It's an easy drive though. It's
Okay.
just up from Hopkins.
Just I got a thing at night, an MC gig. I gotta do 10.
You can come at any time or leave at any time.
Okay.
We'll let you out.
All right.
Tommy, Staff Sergeant Little.
Staff Sergeant Little.
Yeah, he's one of my co-founders.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's trying to take leave to fly out for it.
Yeah, they had, I had them on the show,
Yeah,
yeah, when we first started.
so I was part of staff.
Oh, yeah.
I did their research for them.
See, I don't even know Edison. Well, I didn't even know he owned his own.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, later on, when he gets home.
I'm gonna wait till he figures this stuff out. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I didn't know that
We
side of
started
it.
it. We got the fundraiser. It's ongoing. So.
We'll do, Sugar Hill Gang, background for instrumental.
It's a Sugar Hill.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Really?
You're
You
joking.
know what? We got 1 minute. You want that?
When we do the, yeah, right before, when we do the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's over here.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
One of them. One of the first.
give me your rock card.
That's not
Give
right.
me your rock card.
It's
No,
not.
believe me.
That's not right. No. So I remember I only remember that the old lady in the Adam Sandler movie.
The way they say.
She died this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
I requested that.
You don't know what that is.
Oh, make me over.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's who that was.
Which one is it?
no.
Which one is it? Yeah, it's whole.
No. Sleigh bells.
Hmm?
Sleigh bells.
Oh, sleigh bells. Okay. Mark, I'm gonna ask you to play the Demi Lovato song that's also in that folder. That show intro. Yeah, I know sleigh bells. I put this in the folder.
Hang on, Joe. Let me find it. You said Demi Lovato?
Yeah.
I got it.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. Joe Padula Show, WJZM 1400 AM.
Oh.
Very good conversations today on the We're Talk Radio meets live music.
Rough.
This is the sleigh bells, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's so hype. The shows are just massive. And it's just two people. It's a guitarist and a chick and a drum machine.
Well, they're about to be involved in a lawsuit.
Oh.
They're suing Demi Lovato.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Get out. Really?
You hear the song?
Really?
Hear the beats?
Yes.
They're suing Demi Lovato for her song, saying that she ripped them off.
Sampled their stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Mark Owens, what's that Demi Lovato song? What is it called?
Stars.
Can you play it? Oh, this is it?
This is it.
Oh, they whipped that out.
Oh wow.
Yeah?
That's the same beat.
No.
Oh,
Can you
my
play the other one again?
God.
Yes, please, thank you. No, come on, Demi.
Demi. Shame.
Demi.
Shame.
There's
And-
not
and
even the
Sleigh Bells is
slightest
like,
change. Not,
I mean,
not
Sleigh
even a
Bells
little.
is like
You know what it reminds me of? Vanilla
underground,
Ice.
it's
Do you remember
awesome.
when Vanilla Ice got caught sampling? And
No,
he's
no,
like, no. It goes dun dun dun
No,
dun.
mine goes ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
All right, so the Demi Lovato one again?
This is it.
Starts like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Demi's got to have, she's going to have a problem.
Yep.
I think Demi's going to be settling out of court.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm on
She's
$50
like-
million.
Demi's going to be like this. Here's your hush money. I'm sorry.
Fine, guys.
Busted.
CSI will never be as
Shut
big
up.
as me. I guess I'll just pay you.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's not even close, huh? I mean, to trying to be different.
Yeah.
You know.
Slow sleigh
They had
bells, huh?
different part, yes.
I like that. I like that.
Sleigh Bells is such a riot. It's so great.
I introduced them to you, didn't I?
In person, yeah, I think so.
In person.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome back to the show, everyone. Joe Padula Show, WJZM, 1400 AM. And yes, where we rat out those music people who
Called him.
got him.
Called it.
Yes, he's got him. Kennedy.
Yeah, okay.
Kennedy. Yeah. Is he still running? Is he still running?
He's got to have dropped out by now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Thank you.
But yes, we got a couple stories to get into before we get into our on-air game. Brought to you by Wicked Good Sandwiches, which is a movie called Knowledge.
It is, you also.
Where's my sandwich?
Oh, your Wicked Good Sandwich?
Yeah.
You got to go there, man.
I drunk a moron.
Yeah, well,
When I nailed it.
you nailed it.
Nailed it.
Jay-Z and Kanye West.
Oh.
Their hotel riders have surfers. All right, as you might have guessed,
Ew.
they're pretty fussy. Yeah. Prima donnas they are. Listen to this. Jay-Z, he demands that the room temperature be 71 degrees
Oh, nice.
and everything breakable or with sharp edges be covered or removed for Blue Ivy. Mm.
Oh, for the baby?
It's not unreasonable.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay?
Like
He also-
baby proof the room.
Well, I mean, he never knows where he's going to walk into. You can't bring your 3-year-old daughter in.
Well, he also demands that the Ace of Spades, okay, and says that,
What?
yeah,
Demands a band?
he demands Ace of Spades
I demand Ace of Spades.
and says he shouldn't be charged for it since he owns the company.
Touche.
What does that mean? What is
Okay.
that? What is Ace of Spades?
I'm assuming it's a
It's a alcohol.
liquor.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's the
okay,
drink.
good.
It's
No,
the,
that's fine.
so we can get slizzard,
Okay, so
Right.
he takes the baby.
right?
To
Is
get
that
slizzard.
right? Slizzard is that the?
Well, he sure shouldn't have.
I go to
call it-
Bay. I'm sorry,
We
Bay.
call it
I
smosh.
went right to you.
I call it smosh,
All right.
If I open.
technically.
Kanye West demands that all vases in his room be yes,
Blue.
no, in cylinder shape, because that's the only vase shape that deserves respect.
Yeah, I hate those square ones.
Yeah, those square ones.
I like the square ones.
No, a lot of disrespect for the square ones.
Yeah, I hear it. It's all those corners.
Kanye also wants
Yeah.
Kashi Go Lean cereal.
Oh.
What is Kashi Go
Grape
Lean?
nuts.
It's like the granola stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just
Kashi, real foods.
a bunch of nuts.
Sky. And mint dental floss,
Okay, it's just good after the kashi.
and only black towels. Never any white towels.
That's racist, man.
What's that all about?
I don't know.
What is that all
They
about,
don't want-
Mr.
He
West?
doesn't want everyone to know it's just paint.
And a poster of Beyonce in there too.
He's been white for years. It's just paint.
Did you hear Ernesto? Did anybody else?
No.
And a poster of
Beyonce.
Beyonce,
Oh.
Queen Bey.
Okay.
We have King Bey.
Mhm.
I like that. All right, well, hanging out with us still is Melanie C. Of the MVP, Military Veterans Paranormal. I like what you guys got going on. I look forward to putting in a request to go on a paranormal investigation with you and your team.
Awesome.
And I'm going to bring my team, which will be comprised of Mark Owens and Bay and Sky
No, Paige.
and Ernesto. No, come on.
No, come
I
on.
offered her
Owens,
in
you're
my
part of the
place.
team. We'll
You
put
gotta
you
do
as a
it.
Sacrificer.
She's more of the ghost hunter type.
You will
anyway.
take
Chief AJ, you're going to be there too, right, Chief?
Yeah.
All right. But before we go on our paranormal investigation,
Yes.
let's do an on-air game brought to you by Wicked Good Sandwiches.
Oh.
Movie quote knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy didn't know who this band was.
That hurts.
That hurts.
Let's take it first. When I don't know.
She's a rocker, not a rapper.
There's a lot of them.
All right, here's how it goes.
You don't stop rocking till the bang bang boom.
Say, I'll jump boogie to the
Yeah.
rhythm to the boogie beats.
What?
What you hear is not a test. I'm a rapping to the beat. It's me, the groove, and my friends are going to try to move your feet.
What about the game?
You see that? Oh, yeah, back to the game. Right. Sorry. All right. Well, here's how it's going to go down. I got a list of movie quotes, some funny ones maybe, depending on the viewer. And yeah, the first one to buzz in and guess that movie gets a point. The one with the most points at the end of the questions wins.
How do you buzz in?
Wicked Good Sandwiches. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. We're going to get into our individual buzzers in just a moment. Mark Owens, you'll be, you got sound effects for correct answers or no?
Yeah, I can't. I
Okay.
have a microphone I'm playing.
Oh, there you go. Ernesto, you're a movie guru, you say.
Sometimes.
Known as Nerd Nesto, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, Nerd Nesto, what's going to be your buzzer?
That's Jay-Z. There you go.
I think you're having an orgasm.
It's Chief.
That's what it sounded
Chief.
like.
That's not what it sounded like. That sounded like Jay-Z.
I hope that didn't make it to the microphone.
It's okay. No, we couldn't hear it.
All right. Also playing along, our guest, representing the Military Veterans Paranormal Team.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
nervous.
we got Melanie C. Melanie C, what's your buzzer going to be?
You know those little horns?
There you
Oh
go.
my.
Wow, that's
Wow,
a great
that
impression.
was surprisingly
Thank you.
accurate.
I'll be here all week,
Actually,
folks.
one of the better ones I've seen.
That
Thank
was
you.
great.
Some
Appreciate
terrible-
it.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
How does it go again? Wow, if she does a hand
Oh,
gesture
I have to
too.
do the hands.
Makes it
If you
work.
Wow.
don't do the hand, it's
Tricycle.
not
All
real.
about the hands.
I do it with my two hands when I do that.
Okay, yeah, that's what AJ was just saying. AJ's like, haha, boobies.
Yeah, boobies.
That's my boobies noise.
How do
Good
you
job,
do that
AJ.
with your mouth? Speaking of which, Bay. What is your buzzer going to be? Dr. Bay?
I had it, but I forgot.
Oh my God. Oh, Bay? So that's your buzzer. I had it, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Sky?
Yeah, boy.
All right, so a little flavor flavor.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
I'm playing.
No, you
Owens is
can't.
play-
You
No,
can't.
let him play.
Yeah, you want to play?
He wants to
Yeah.
play.
All right, don't look at my screen.
What's your buzzer noise?
Wiki wiki.
Wiki, wiki.
Okay.
Chief, I need you to make sure nobody's cheated.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out
You
too
can't
well.
see that
All
far.
right, here we go.
You can't see that far. I forgot his glasses.
Phones down.
Down. They're down already.
Computer closed.
Oh, you don't want me to.
No cheating.
No cheating.
It's closed.
Here we go.
God.
First movie. This one time at band camp. Nerd Nesto.
American Pie.
Yeah, it's very good. Point for Nerd Nesto. American
I
Pie.
saw the stream.
Yeah.
And you still missed it.
No, I'm not allowed.
He's not,
No
he,
cheating.
oh, look
The,
at his high moral.
The rest of the phrase goes, this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute.
Damn, I was wondering why you had
In
that
my
pulled
pie
up on your
hole.
screen.
Yes.
Dude, I was sitting here the whole time like, would he take that down?
Aw,
I'm tired
take
of
it down
looking at
'cause he wants to
Lily
play.
from
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother.
All right, here we go.
There he is.
Number 2. Ah! Kelly Clarkson.
I forgot.
Bay.
40-year-old version.
Very good, Bay. On the board. Nice job. Yes. He was getting his chest waxed. Yes.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Bay's on the board. Ernesto as well.
Okay.
All right, ladies. We need you to step up.
Try it. No, I'm just taking a nap.
You got to ruin this this gap between the points here, between the genders.
I've already won.
All right, here we go. Number 3.
Yeah.
Dude, no. This is serious. I just sharted.
Ew. No, I don't know.
Come on, here we go. Oh,
Along Came Polly.
wow,
Damn.
Ernesto. Very good, yes.
Wow, I've
That's
never even
right.
seen that movie.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, God rest, was the one who sang it to Ben Stiller. Yes. What was, it was White Chocolate, right?
Yeah.
It was White Chocolate.
What?
Wow, impressive.
Great movie. All right, Ernesto with 2.
You guys are dwarfs.
Ernesto. We got to give Ernesto a handicap. All right.
Shame him. Shame. Shame.
Game of Thrones.
We miss you, Johnson.
Number 4. I'm in a glass cage of emotion.
I forgot.
Bay?
The Anchorman.
We'll accept it. Anchorman. Yes, very good.
Wow.
The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Very
Oh,
good.
Anchorman 2 then.
No, that's
No.
when Anchorman
No, it's the
1.
first one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
I need to watch more
When
movies.
Yeah.
when Jack Black kicks his dog.
Feeling
off
rather
the bridge.
inadequate right
Oh,
now.
No, no, it's when he was in the
No,
phone booth.
Baxter!
Right.
Baxter! You're a monster!
All right. We're going to get into a little tougher territory.
Like that
Yeah.
first round wasn't?
Good points.
You guys have way too
Point,
much
Melanie.
time.
All right, number 5. That rug really tied the room together. Ernesto.
The Big Lebowski.
Wow.
Dang, man.
Nerd Nesto.
I like how you're choking going like worse and worse.
That's why
I
James
I love how he goes diving for the microphone too.
Yeah, he's
That's
really-
what's funny to
Yes.
me. I can't.
He's choking and his mouth is open as he's diving for the All right, here we go. Ladies, I got faith in you in this one.
I don't, but that's okay.
Melanie C., you got this.
Okay.
Number 6. If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis. Ernesto's being polite. Sky?
I want to say Billy Madison. Wiki.
Oh.
Mark Owens.
Oh,
Oh, that's not Billy Madison. It's
Which one is it?
Blazing Saddles.
Nope.
no. No.
I forgot.
Bay.
What is that?
Don't tell
Hey.
me it's Billy Madison.
No, it's not. It's
Is it an Adam Sandler movie?
yes.
It is an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, boy.
It's, but I can't.
Is it Mr. Deeds?
No,
Nope.
it's not.
Oh, I know what it is. Ah.
Melanie C?
Huh?
Wiki.
Melanie C?
Oh, wait.
No.
Yes?
Yeah.
It is Billy Madison.
It is Billy Madison. Very good.
They're
Melanie
out-
C on the board.
They're outside of the
Billy
bus,
Madison. How come
right?
Owens didn't
He's
get it?
standing
Because he
outside.
didn't confirm his answer, he was questioning it.
I
I-
quit.
But he said it.
I
This
quit.
whole time, to my left, I hear, and I'm seeing his
Yeah.
head, and I'm like,
You just described my entire weekend.
Take my movie
Welcome
card
to
and
prom night.
I picked the wrong puzzle.
You're stuck with it now.
Oh, I'm this.
All right, here we go.
Oh, man.
I'll give you a hint. This one's a classic. Shirley, you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. Yes, Melanie. Say
Airplane.
Airplane is correct.
Yes.
Very good.
Whoa.
Very
We're
good.
getting closer now.
All right. Wow. Ernesto 3, Bay 2, Mel C 2.
Asking other questions so you can hear him joke again.
Another classic.
Oh, don't be bitter, Owens.
Here we go. Number 8. We're on a mission from Ged.
I forgot
Bay.
the Bruise Brothers.
We'll accept the Blues Brothers. Yes.
Wow.
There's a bruise.
Blues Brothers.
The
Bruise Brothers.
All right.
Bruise Brothers.
Here we go.
Said it.
It's turning into a tight race.
And yes, Bay has 3. Ernesto has 3. Mel C has 2. Mel C, get this one, and we're gonna go into a forced overtime.
Oh my gosh. No pressure or anything.
No pressure.
You're good.
Number 9.
ahead.
I like to make sexy time. Ernesto,
Borat.
I need the full name of the movie.
Oh, come
Wow.
on.
Nobody knows the full name of the movie.
Borat for education of greater nation of Kazakhstan. I don't know. Something.
That is
That was
incorrect,
close,
sir.
man.
No,
That was
what?
really close, man.
I think it's just Borat. He said
Nope.
you out.
No. There's a full title.
Nobody's gonna get it.
Get out of here, Sky.
What? I'm not.
Yep.
I'm so far
No
behind.
points awarded. The answer is Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make, Benefit, Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan.
He should get at least half a point for that because he got a lot
My
of those
sister
words.
was so prostituted.
What kind of show are you running here?
Here we go. Number 9
Hey,
again.
nice.
I'm glad he's single, because I'm going to climb that like a tree.
No, that's not me volunteering. It's just really funny to hear you say it.
I'm glad he's single,
Say it again.
because I'm going to climb that like a tree.
It is kind of funny.
Can we sample that, please?
Never.
Please. I want to send it to. I want to leave it on people's voicemail.
I'll give one more line from that movie.
Oh,
Okay.
no, it's so funny.
The scene is
Oh man.
someone's pooping in a sink. The long. Oh, look.
Yeah, boy.
Sky?
Is it like road trip?
No.
Okay.
It was
Yes.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no one
I-
watches it.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
No.
That's just like a
Well,
prequel to the Ghostbusters
Why would
movie.
you even? Why would you just take
No
that?
thanks.
Why don't you ask us a line from like The Notebook or something?
Here we go. I keep getting older. They stay the same age. Ernesto?
Dazed and Confused.
I need the full name of the movie. No, you're right. Days of Confused.
Come on.
He's like,
Very good, very good, very good.
Dazed and Confused for the betterment of the great nation of
you're just making
Matthew
up after
McConaughey.
that, don't you? You have no idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
Yeah.
movie quote knowledge
I wasn't
winner.
even here for that.
Brought
We
to you
know.
by Wicked Good
We
Sandwiches.
know.
That was a
Nerd
meatball.
Ernesto.
That was
There you
impressive.
go. All right, we gotta take a quick break here, but when we get back, we got some headlining news, some other trending talk to talk about.
To talk.
To talk. Joe. Here, let me read out some of these other ones here. Real quick, these don't count. Just when I thought you couldn't possibly get any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself.
Dumb and Dumber.
Very good.
Dang
Another
it.
quick one. Pardon my French, but Cameron is so tight that if you stuck a lump of coal up his ass, in 2 weeks,
Oh.
you'd have
Ferris
a diamond.
Bueller's Day Off.
Very good.
Golly, gee willikers.
Nice.
And yes,
Now you're winning.
this Mr. Stay Puff's okay. He's a sailor. He's in New York. We get this guy laid,
Ghostbusters.
we won't have any trouble.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break here, but Sky, locally, what do you got before we go?
Well, we've got the Titans that fire Ken Wisenhunt and name Wisenhunt.
Thank you, Mark.
Wisenhunt and name Mike Malarkey as the interim coach. Now the Tennessee Titans have fired Ken Wisenhunt after a 3-20 start, and Mike Malarkey has been named interim head coach for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Tigers love pepper. They hate cinnamon.
Okay, well the Titans announced the move Tuesday morning and have scheduled a news conference. Now Titans control.
The hangover.
Okay, controlling owner Amy Adams
Wisenhunt.
Wisenhunt
say
As tight
what,
ends.
which
Mm.
way?
Think about it like this.
What?
There's nothing wise
Tight
about
ends.
his offensive play calling.
Wise and Hunt.
Mark Owen. I was born a poor black child.
Weisenhunt is tight
The
ends
jerk.
coach and was promoted to assistant head coach of this offseason. He's been a head coach with the Buffalo Bills in 2004, 2005, and in 2012 with Jacksonville. Now Malarkey also has an offensive coordinator with the Pittsburgh, Miami, and Atlanta.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Meet the parent.
Yep.
Just keep this open the whole show.
No, I gotta save some for the next guy.
Have
This,
you ever
this,
have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Batman.
Meatloaf.
Batman original.
Oh, sorry.
Batman.
Yes, they
so-
deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Oh,
what is that?
that's Samuel L. Jackson in
Time to
Mississippi
Kill?
Burning.
Wow,
Yeah,
segment of the show is
yeah.
brought to you by Love Blood Ink Tattoo, the good one, the veteran-owned and operated tattoo and body art shop that's located at 2019 Fort Campbell Boulevard here in Clarksville.
Looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately. Well, I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob. Office Space.
Yep.
I knew that.
I love this song. Enjoy this tune as we go to break here. When we get back, more headlining news, entertainment news, the whole bit. Don't go nowhere. Joe Padula Show, WJZM 1400 AM. Absolutely.
Who is it, Adele?
No. I think it's what's his name? Drita.
Nice.
That's what the weekend listen
Why do
That was
you
good.
love that stuff? It's like, oh.
Yeah, that went well. That went
No,
well.
his movies.
Stop encouraging
It went
me
well.
to do
It went
that.
well.
That's
What's
really
that?
We could have kept going
big,
too.
boring
Oh, yeah.
version.
Oh, I know. We just got to get to our other stories.
Why? Why do we have to?
because we just have to.
Yeah, when you go pick up your
Because we got to make our sponsors happy by
Oh, yeah, of
promoting
course.
them.
Ain't that real dark out there? Look at that.
All the mosquitoes in.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh yeah.
I'm gonna donate my sandwich from now on. You know what I'm gonna do?
I like that.
You know what I'm
Anyone
gonna
that wins it from the show has to donate.
What's that?
Well, what I was gonna do is
What are we
say
donating it to, though?
what you
You're a cause.
Like a Mana Cafe or?
Yes, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could just track down homeless people and give them a sandwich.
Just go to Franklin Street.
Track down.
or Fort Campbell Boulevard.
No, those are pretenders.
No,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
guy out there with like 4 dogs that's like, I will play you a song for food and drink.
Why does he have 4 dogs?
Because he's home. He wants more.
Nice job in the movie quotes, man.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I like to watch myself move around.
Me too. So pretty.
So could have gone in my eyes, and you know, just it's all fun and games until someone's eye gets
No
knocked out.
way.
I'm just saying.
No
Just
way.
throwing it out there.
I got aim.
Safety first, then teamwork.
Yeah. You missed though. Yeah, but I didn't hit her.
Could have.
See?
Like if I wasn't so vertically challenged, it would have happened. And then I would have had a concussion. Been all downhill from there.
When I fall down.
You know, in our age, it can happen. I don't have a life alert. What am I going to do? I'll just fall and not be able to get up.
N-E-C-T that we love. And you walls get tumbling down. Go tell all them losers they got 30 seconds to get their ass in here. Hey, you got 30 seconds. Get your loser asses.
I want to get the rest of that. Because everybody
So you
knows
really
it's
don't want to go? You don't really,
no,
you really don't want to. Are you coming Saturday?
Probably not.
Okay, well my feelings are hurt, but that's all right. I've got this.
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
That's
I'm
all
just
right.
like being antisocial.
It's okay.
Oh,
My
it's not a
Saturdays
real
I spend
game.
here.
There you go.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep that door open because it's getting a little warm up in here.
Getting more warm.
A little toasty, a little smelly too. Keep it open, man. Keep it open.
So I got a true story that you guys are gonna die laughing at. Since you brought up Smelly.
Smelly?
It's true story.
Joe, we're a couple breaks behind.
Just put them all together and do them right now.
Here comes Garrett.
Punch in the belly.
Oh, I was late. My headphones. All right, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Joe Padula Show, WJZM 1400. It's not just AM Radio Bay.
It's WJZM Radio, Joe.
And I'll tell you what, it's not just radio either. I mean, Joe Padula Show, here it is. Our team has enabled it to be radio, video broadcast, live video
And
streaming.
it's an outreach sales team now too.
Unbelievable.
You know, it's pretty awesome.
The social media, the print that we get, things are happening here, and I appreciate that.
We're
Clarksville.
everywhere.
We're
Yeah,
everywhere.
You guys shake and bake.
Yeah. I even heard we're so everywhere. This past Halloween at a competitor's building, someone dressed as Joe Padula at their Halloween party.
They had to love that.
Oh, they must have hated it. I could just imagine they threw
Oh.
darts at it, you know, put kick me signs on it.
At him, was it a guy? Do you know if it
Yeah,
was
it
a
was
guy? Okay.
He's working at McDonald's now.
He got fired.
Aw.
He's making new menus.
Yeah, he's making calorie menus. Tupelo, Mississippi.
Tupelo?
Marshall W. Leonard has been charged with setting off an explosive device at Walmart. Yeah, this was Sunday morning.
Can't do that.
You ain't kidding, Mark Owens. No one was injured, and the device caused very little damage to the store. Although Leonard may have caused a great deal of damage to his defense there. Leonard is a supporter of the Mississippi flag, which contains the Confederate battle flag, and spoke out against Walmart when they stopped selling items that contained said flag. Now, he also posted threats on local newspapers' Facebook pages, warning them that they were going down with all the rest of the anti-American critics.
Going down.
What?
Leonard could get life in prison if convicted.
Woo.
Good.
Whoa. Listen, if you got a cause,
That was a terrorist act. Right?
yes.
Yeah,
Don't you
that's
understand? That's a terrorist act now.
That's not good.
It's
What
not.
if
It's
he'd
not
been
your.
good
It's
at
not a
making-
good way to prove a point.
No.
I heard it's
No,
frowned
this
upon.
is hurting your cause.
Yeah.
What if he would have been good at making explosives?
Right.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's because you suck at making it. The intent was there.
Yeah. If your intent's there to scare and cause terror, terrorize people,
Yeah.
get out of here. Allegedly. We'll see when it gets good. Or if it gets good. It's a crazy world we live
Wow.
in. It really is.
Yeah.
Speaking of some crazy worldness, Sky, headlining news. What do you got?
Well, we've got a satellite that catches an image of a flash near the Russian plane's location. New evidence suggests an onboard explosion that may have caused a Russian Metrojet airliner to break apart and crash in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula over the weekend. Now, infrared satellite images released by U.S. officials to NBC News show a heat flash near the location of the crash that killed all 224 passengers.
Damn.
The network reported.
Chechenians, what do you think? Is it terrorist? Now with this
That
new
was
information
the
out,
first go-to was terrorism.
right? Well, I mean,
And that any other explanation wouldn't be
Breaks
accepted.
apart in there.
you're right. I mean, Russia, I don't know, they won't take this lightly.
I don't know. We've read a lot of stories recently, and we're talking about just U.S.-based stories of plane malfunctions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that happen. I think it's just a time, you know, when cars are 10 years old, they just start falling apart. I think planes might be the same way. We've got a lot of aging planes.
It was
out
over
there, and
200,000
they're
miles?
just
But you
falling
know,
Yeah.
at the
apart,
same
right?
time,
What a
Sky,
car.
they all pass their pre-flight inspections. too.
Yeah,
So
well,
you gotta wonder.
And then they explode on the
you
runway.
gotta question the validity of the inspections.
Now,
Right.
internationally, is the inspection criteria lower than we have in the
I
States.
mean, you would think
From
that,
in
you know,
China,
universally
Malaysia,
there's some sort of, you know, I mean, obviously the FAA here in America, I mean, all the guidelines have to be the same. I mean, you would think universally there's got to be some sort of.
Well, universally, all pilots have to speak English. Did you know this?
Mhm.
All pilots that are flying anywhere in the world, commercial
Excellent.
airlines, has to be English. I like that. I like that. I hope they don't change that.
No, it's good.
That'd be terrible if it's
let's-
like Mandarin Chinese.
Let's hope they don't
Oh.
change that rule because we'll see a dramatic fall in American pilots.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, if they change it and said every pilot needed to speak Chinese, well.
That'd be great if they made it like Zimbabwean.
All right, well,
I'm
okay.
not Scott.
Wow.
All right, well,
Come
we've
again.
got-
Repeat.
All right, we've got a car.
Mayday? Are you saying Mayday?
All right, Joe. Well, we've got a car that drove onto a New York City sidewalk on Saturday and struck a group of trick-or-treaters,
Oh man.
killing
Can't do that.
killing
Oh.
2 men and a 10-year-old girl.
Man.
Police are investigating if the driver of the vehicle had a medical issue which caused him to lose control of the car. The driver was hospitalized in stable condition. So far, hasn't been charged with any crime.
Yeah, what a terrible situation. Think
Right?
about waking up in the hospital with injuries and learning that you've killed, you know, innocent
people.
children.
Yeah.
Halloween, they
Wow.
just go out there, trick or treat, have a good time. Ooh, that's a terrible situation right there.
Really rough.
Sorry to hear that, especially those with their families and loved ones involved. Yeah.
Well, we've got a former actor and senator, Fred Thompson, has died at the age of 73
Oh.
after a reoccurrence of lymphoma.
I liked him.
Yeah.
He was good. I liked him as an actor.
Yeah, well, Thompson appeared in such movies as The Hunt for Red October and Die Hard 2 and the TV series Law and Order.
Yeah, he was a good actor. He had a pretty good run at the presidency too in 2008.
Mhm.
Remember that? He was doing pretty good in the polls.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know, you look at actors and presidency, especially after Reagan got elected. I think that's a big part of the job now is being able to perform and be an actor. I think that should be a criteria almost for
I think the
president.
entertaining
You have to have the
factor-
personality, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's what keeps the attention of the mass of people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big Hillary supporter, and maybe part of it is because she's a terrible actress.
I'm gonna tell you that
My emails.
No. If you actually watch her go before the board and talk about her emails, the language that she uses and the way that she deflects and reframes questions, she's actually quite brilliant.
Oh, yeah?
It's
She's
pretty,
very
it's
intelligent.
actually
Well,
pretty
she's got to be
awesome.
pretty brilliant because she was a big Barry Goldwater fan
Like
back
she's
in
like,
the,
I'm
back
sorry
in
that
'68.
you have a problem with this.
Her
64,
vernacular was
64, I'm sorry.
spot on. It was
really
spot
good.
on. It
What
showed
is
her,
it?
her vernacular was so spot on. And the thing was is that because it wasn't scripted,
Yeah.
Right?
it actually showed that she's intelligent.
Mhm.
When it is scripted, sometimes you just gotta say,
I
no,
don't
I'll
think
pray
the
for you.
writers-
She's got to get cankle surgery though. You know what I mean?
No,
Really, John?
I'm
think
telling
I
you,
think
it-
you're
Is
just-
that throat
you're just
punch
body
Thursday?
shaming now.
This is the body shaming
Tuesday.
thing.
Body
I'm just
shaming.
saying.
Has anyone seen Bush's ankles?
Yes, and they're not
Really?
ankles.
How do they look?
Bush's ankles look
How
great.
do Bill Clinton's ankles look?
Very sexy.
Yeah,
Oh, my
I know.
ankles,
Obama,
my
I
ankles are
think-
great.
Ask Monica.
I think Obama's got like biker ankles. Like he probably works out a lot.
I'll
He's
tell
got
you what.
skinny little legs.
I like her
He play
ankles.
basketball.
Her ankles are sexy.
They're
No,
delicious.
Bill doesn't like Hillary.
All right. Well, according to U.S. officials, a high school violated a transgender student's rights. Federal education authorities stalking out their firmest position yet on increasingly continuous issue found on Monday that an Illinois school district violated anti-discrimination laws when it did not allow a transgender student who identifies as a girl and participates on a girls sports team to change and shower in the girls locker room without
that's-
restrictions.
That's the
There's a
part.
problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's why they were trying to get those transgender bathrooms.
Listen,
and
I'm all
locker
for
rooms.
acceptance. I really am. You know, Caitlin, you do what you got to do. Hey, whatever. But man, this is just weird now.
Yeah.
Like these sports things, like a girls' volleyball team. Okay, say you get the guy that says, "Hey, I'm a transgender." You know,
He's 6'2".
No, better yet, basketball.
Right.
Let's go to basketball.
Give me the
It's
rock.
perfect-
If the
it's
change
perfect
hasn't
example.
happened,
Let's
if
look
the
at
change hasn't
let's
happened,
look at the
and he
W-
still got the part,
But the physiology.
then I have a problem with
Mhm.
my child
Exactly.
Right.
seeing that it's not appropriate. If the change happened
Yep.
already, then
It's
it's a separate issue.
post-surgery,
If
yeah.
it's post surgery, then that's
But
one
you're gonna
thing.
get the
But
surgery
that's
while
high
you're in
school,
elementary
yeah.
school.
I
high
don't think
school?
it's appropriate because you've not finished developing.
Right.
And you
Right.
can change your mind.
Yeah. Hey, it could get bigger, kid. Wait
don't
it
know.
out. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I've said this before. Well, I won't say it now.
Say it, Mark.
But let me say this. Like, let's compare the WNBA to the NBA.
Yeah.
What's the
What is
WNBA?
one thing you don't see in the
Get out.
WNBA?
Mustaches.
Dunking.
Dunking.
Talent.
Ta-
Okay, first of all, athletic ability.
Stop
second
body
of all-
shaming.
No,
No,
I gotta
Come
agree with
on.
Ernesto here. I gotta take this one to the bank.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
pretty- that was
it's
pretty
true.
funny.
Look, seriously, if you've got a
Good solid
transgender, okay, you've got a male who has up and decided that he's a female and he wants to play basketball.
Right, he's still a
That's-
So
sport.
if he's out on the court
He gonna be with
girls and he's dunking,
He's
a
gonna
powerhouse.
destroy them.
I
It's
mean-
gonna be like one of the Wayne's brothers wearing a dress out there.
I just don't.
That's
Well, it's like the
craziness.
transgender fighter in the UFC,
Right.
where the
Right.
females are saying that even
Yeah, that
though
Ronda
she has
Rousey. You're right.
changed, when she hits,
It's still
you
like a
can
man.
tell
Yeah.
it's
Man.
be-
You're talking
because
about
you're a
Arm
man.
muscles, structure, shoulder
Fallon
build,
Fox.
all
Yes.
of those muscle
Right.
sets
At
are
that
different.
point, the muscles have already developed, and it is a man
And
hitting.
they're different muscle
Yeah.
sets. I mean, even after surgeries, they still have
Yes.
these
Well, you're
different men.
and in the
their
school
body is
environment,
different.
you're violating the rights of the other female children that are in there. They don't
It's
want to
not-
see
it's
that.
just
Maybe.
not- and it's not fair.
Caitlyn Jenner won a gold medal in the Olympics.
as a man in the
As a
males.
That's what I'm saying. You cannot therefore take away the fact that you are athletically gifted because you decided to have surgery.
Mhm.
It does not. It doesn't.
Work like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very crazy, and we got to move forward with this. But this is a conversation that we can definitely continue on a later show. But,
Oh yeah.
man, this is now it's hitting the high schools, okay?
Mhm.
And now it's hitting the sporting events in the high school. And Melanie C brings up a good point. Parents are going to be very, very disappointed with some decisions that are made on the federal level
Yeah.
about the acceptance. You can't force people to accept. I mean, you can
Mm-mm.
convince and
No,
you can.
you can't make them, and especially children and teenagers. You can't make them do anything. But I'll tell you honestly that I'm not the same person today that I was in high school.
Mhm.
You know, what
Oh,
I knew
and
about
nobody
myself and who I was and my relationship to other people and other sexes and whatnot, and my self-identification was in no way understood.
Well,
And as
Sky is a
teenager-
very sexual neutral name.
Yeah, I'm very,
Well, here's
very
a-
flip-floppy.
Here's another instance for you. Let's say somebody wants to change their last name. Is there
Okay.
an age limit? Or age limit? I'm sorry.
No.
Legitimate.
There
No,
is a
there is
age
not.
limit. There is a limit.
Is there an age limit to change your name?
We are
No,
going to mitigate
Or
that
do you
wage.
need? I mean,
no.
No, I think that's just a
at what
course
point do
thing.
your parents have to stop signing the paper here?
Well-
Well, if you get to decide your gender before you're a grown adult.
And then how young does that
I
go?
mean, is that the same
I
thing?
always
Like, if
thought-
I just wanted to change my last name to, I won't even.
But if you get a doctor's certification,
But the
yeah,
thing
you go to a
is,
doctor and they do
doctor's
tests and the
certification.
chemicals show that, yeah, you know what, I'm sorry, you're not supposed to have that in between your legs, right?
But the thing is, you should wait till you're 18 like everything
You
else.
really, really should, because you don't know
Exactly.
anything about life. You can't let 5-year-olds and 4-year-olds.
Well,
be able
we're going to have to
decide
get
what it is
this
they wanna
all
do.
in paper and on the bills and on the floors of our Congress and our Senate, because there needs to be rules and regulations.
It
with this.
do.
Because as you see, as Guy said, in the school in Illinois, it's pronounced Illinois, okay? You know, now you have this confusing, and no pun intended, you know, confusing situation. Sky, next story.
Right. Well, a Harvard law professor, Larry Lessig, has dropped out of the race for the Democratic presidential nomination. In other news, there was a Harvard law professor named Larry Lessig that was running for the Democratic presidential nomination.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Nobody knew.
I don't even know.
I didn't even see him on there anywhere. Anyway, headline news brought to you by Daymar College in Clarksville. And for more about Daymar and their events, you can visit daymarcollege.edu.
Well, we were talking about Hillary Clinton, right?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody was.
Go get me my cigar.
More of Hillary Rodham Clinton's emails were released on Friday, and they revealed correspondence with names such as Lady Gaga and Ben Affleck. Yeah, in April 2012, emails sent to Ben Affleck asked Clinton to review a draft of a report about security problems in the Democratic Republic of Congo. There was no word on what the nature of Lady Gaga's correspondence with Hillary was about, but
Could I make a dress out of Zimbabwe?
I don't know. Weird. What are you talking about? Ben Affleck.
Well,
Are aliens
just
real?
Ben Affleck made that movie, remember?
Argo.
Yeah.
Right?
And he probably got some information about that.
Yeah.
He's He's always been very politically active.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's definitely he's a lefty. That's for sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with lefties.
No, I hear you. Except I gotta use green scissors when they're in school.
No.
Yeah, remember those?
I remember all them.
Did they get rid of those? They were designed for lefties. What, they body shame the lefties now?
No.
Yeah, get those green scissors, the green-handled scissors.
It's really funny if you ever go like school shopping late. That's all they have is like left-handed scissors.
That's a
and
choice,
you try
Joe.
to use them, and it always crushes your knuckles. You're like, man, it's left.
What's a choice? I was a lefty. I decided to go right.
You better get
It was a choice.
permission by your parents before
Okay.
you do that.
I'll make sure.
Or
And a
18.
doctor's signature,
Yeah, doctor's
because he needs to
signature.
tell you that you don't need that left hand.
Yeah.
Man, well, we've got Justin Bieber that's officially
And we'll
off.
get into that when we get back.
Oh.
Don't go nowhere. Joe Padula Show, WJZM 1400 AM. Absolutely.
Cut that beaver shit out.
Listen, Mark Gonzalez. Do you want to change your last name? I'll give you one.
I was gonna say like Mark Gates or something. You know what I'm saying? Change it to something where I can get paid.
Mark Herpes.
I'm poor, but I feel like a rich person. So.
Doctor's note.
You gotta stop with this herpes shit.
Yeah.
Come on, listen, the studies. I can't, listen.
Those studies, those studies include
That's the World Health Organization.
HSV-1 though, right?
Yes, the 2 is much less. The genital herpes. The nacho cheese.
That was so foul when I grew up a little.
That was great back
But I felt it.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
nastiest thing I've ever
Because
heard
my
in my life.
homegirl, she was going to school for nursing. They give her the
And I
book,
just thought about the
and
smell
they
of hot cheese.
had all the STDs in it. They
Yeah.
say
I gotta start
cigarette,
jotting down
gonorrhea,
when
all that. Oh
things
my
need to
You have to
God.
learn it at medical school.
Yeah, that's I'm
So
like,
he says something at
no.
7 o'clock.
I gotta
You
start
know what
writing
that?
that 'cause I know
And like I tell people,
That was really funny.
nachos. Every time I see it,
No,
think about
don't
nachos.
say that. I love nachos.
I love nachos too.
I don't anymore.
Nachos.
I'm done.
I will never love nachos
I'm
again.
done eating herpes from now on.
Just don't get no sour cream.
Really?
Why did you say that? I'm glad you guys got to catch that.
Okay, so you want a true story?
What's up?
You want a true story?
Yes, you're on microphone, don't forget.
Oh, okay. So, true story. I'm not going to tell you where, okay? But this couple used to come in for services, legal
Yeah.
services,
Oh.
and they were on the heavier side. And they left this really, really bad smell every time they would leave. And then this went on for months, and this is actually true. They come back, and the smell was gone. And they had finally revealed what it was when they are intimate, they would hide candies and stuff in the folds of their skin. And the
fatties.
female had gotten a really, really bad rash, so she went to the doctor. And it turned out that it wasn't just a rash. When he lifted up the fold underneath her arm, he found a partially eaten pork chop.
Why are you dealing with these people? What was your business with these people?
I can't say because it was like I can't say. But it was literally a partially eaten pork chop that she had forgotten.
Save this later.
for later.
I will keep this warm.
He calls me pork chop.
And that's what the smell was from.
We love each other.
Why
We
didn't
play-
you tell that on the air?
we play these
I
games.
didn't think it was appropriate.
No! Do you hear the show?
Yeah.
That fits right into our...
So that goes along with your nachos. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's a good great.
But the thing is, I can still eat nachos and pork chop.
Buy you a bit.
You know what I'm saying?
I will
You
not.
got to think about it. I used to slaughter animals,
Really?
pigs and stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My headphones
Goat,
quit working.
you take a goat, hang, cut their throat,
Fix it.
let them bleed out.
And you do a dance.
You need my headphones.
Hey, put it on.
When you kill your first deer. It's on
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. We just heard the grossest story of the week.
This is a really bizarre.
Comments of Melanie C. But hey, if you were listening and watching live via joepadula.com,
Yeah.
click the studio cam button, you would have heard said story.
Because there's a lot of stuff that goes on during the breaks on the
Show
show,
is.
and it's all in the video.
Hashtag pork chop. Yes.
It had to be told.
What is a fried pork chop or was
Oh.
it baked?
Oh, gross. Okay.
At that point, no one knew.
Nobody
It
knows.
was just.
But it was warm.
It was
Yeah.
well made.
Oh man.
All right. Welcome back, everybody.
Ah.
Insider information, but you could be a part of the inside.
It
It's
was.
a-
What, optimistically
You're welcome.
glad I wasn't part of it.
Oh yeah, Benedict left his post again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tend to do that.
Way to
I'm
go,
a wanderer,
Captain.
Joe.
Speaking of a wanderer, comedian Margaret Cho. You guys know who Margaret Cho is, right?
I like
Yes.
her, yeah.
Well, she has revealed that before she became famous, she was a sex worker.
Okay.
Wait,
well,
what?
She
Yeah.
was very funny.
And in a post on her Twitter page, there Margaret says, "Quote: Sex work is simply work. For me, it was honest work. I was a sex worker when I was young. It was hard, but well paid. There's no shame in it." Cho went on to say that she wasn't exploited and didn't know girls or women who were adding, but quote: "We were tough and proud. I found my strength as a sex worker and gained a lot of power as I grew." End quote. What's a sex worker? Is that a
Talking about
prostitute?
That's a
prostitute.
porn store, Chuck.
Then what did they say prostitute? Oh,
It-
now prostitute's offensive?
It's,
No.
It's a difference from a porn store and somebody you pick up off the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, like $10.
Professional.
She did
No,
for the
it's
camera, Joe.
I don't find her attractive either.
No, she's a little chunky.
And
Man.
believe
But,
you me,
know,
I
there's something for everybody.
I love
Yeah.
women with Asian qualities.
You
That's
know-
what
A
I
whole lot of love.
Almost like the pork chop thing.
Muda! I love her comedy.
Well,
That's
she,
fun.
I loved her because my mother is Korean.
Oh,
And so
you could relate to her
every
comedy?
time that she would say it, I
Yeah.
would just look at my mother
Right.
and think, oh my gosh. Because my mom, when she speaks broken English.
Right.
And that's exactly how she would sound.
Muda!
You know, she go like, Melanie, why you not to comb the hair? That's how she would
Sky?
talk.
Come on,
Sky,
Sky.
try it.
No.
Do you mind if Sky tries an
Just
impression?
go ahead.
Another time.
You don't press your head. You don't do so good.
You don't do so good.
You got a lot of nuts.
It's like my
You
best
got a lot.
friend growing up. When we used to hang out, his mom used to come out and look for him.
Uh-huh.
And is it, you see my son?
You see my son?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time that she saw I had a tattoo, I was 19 years old. My
Yeah.
first one, and she goes, what is that sticker? Oh my God, you have to go to the church. You go to hell.
I love this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Melanie C.
That's right.
Now she's allowed to because she has descent, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, my mom is
It's
Korean.
your mom.
Oh,
That's
man.
awesome.
There's a Indiegogo fundraising campaign, and yeah, it's on for a product called the Scrote and Tote.
Road.
Yep. Which its
Okay.
inventor calls the satchel of life. Okay.
That just sounded all.
I guess they get heavy.
Here's what it is. It's a backpack
Oh.
modeled after a certain part of the male anatomy.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
It's a
For greater
backpack.
balance.
Yep. And the developers say
Stability.
that the aim of the campaign is to solve one of humanity's most urgent and pressing problems.
It's more like two backpacks in one.
The complete lack of fully functional, realistic human scrotum apparel available in the world today.
There
It is a
like,
shame.
Yeah, it's a shortage.
Yeah, no.
Shortage.
It depends on how cold the water is. And yeah, their funding goal is $33,000.
Can I get mine in like a shag wool?
So far, they've made less than 1,000. Nobody's buying the
No, the
Scrote and Tote.
The tester bag. That's crazy.
Oh man.
People.
I could pop. I'm not
Oh.
gonna say it because that'd be one heck of a
What?
sack right there.
Wow, it's so big.
And it's waterproof.
Chief.
That's a lot of baggage.
All right. Speaking of a lot of baggage,
Makes it hard to walk.
Leah Remini did her 2020 interview on Friday, and yeah, this was to plug her new book about. Makes it hard. To walk. Mine's fuzzy.
Okay.
So yeah, this is to promote her new book about the experiences with Scientology. Yes, back to a serious subject.
Okay.
Now, Remini said that she signed a billion-year contract.
Billion-year.
Ah, you should never do that.
That's nuts.
An
Does
actual
she get paid in advance?
billion-year contract to remain a member, not only in this lifetime, but all ensuing lifetimes.
That's nuts, right?
Bay,
Who's
Bay,
gonna
stick it
check
on
on
the,
that?
the backpack.
Sack pack. The sack pack.
Yes, now while she did credit Scientology for helping her become a successful actress,
What?
because yeah, she revealed that she got in some trouble after meeting with Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people did.
not only Tom Cruise but Katie Holmes as well. We all know that story when she ditched. Now a church official told her that Cruise wanted Remini to work and come over and teach him salsa dancing, and while she was there, Tom was forcibly kissing Katie. Yeah.
Maybe that's her thing.
Leah goes, quote, "Hey, get a freaking room." I see you're saying that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she also went to church officials to criticize Tom about his behavior at that time, which included jumping on Oprah's sofa. Remember that one?
Yeah.
But soon found out that criticizing Cruise was for Britain. Melanie, you got me saying.
He's for beat on.
Yes.
Ah, it's a no good.
So yes, criticizing Cruise amongst the church is forbidden. Katie's rep issued a statement after the show saying that she regrets having upset Leah in the past and wishes her well, only the best in the future. Meanwhile, Scientology issued a statement saying, quote, "We are very happy Miss Remini is no longer in the church." It's a cult, man.
Yeah.
You can tell. When
It's
they
a
said-
cult.
When they said Miss.
Yeah, Miss. That's right.
I'm not coming out of the closet.
Oh, yeah. South Park.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
That guy's untouchable in the church.
So
Untouchable.
weird.
All right. Here's another one, real quick. Binge watching. Everyone does it, right? I've done it many times, many of shows.
Yes.
Walking Dead to catch up.
Depends on what it is.
Vikings.
Vikings? Oh, yeah, I saw a couple of those. That was
That's a
good.
good show.
Sherlock,
Yeah.
House of Cards.
Doctor Who,
And Game of Thrones.
Supernatural.
Nerd.
Yeah.
The Sky Nerd.
Stop.
No, I love those shows
I
too.
hurt now.
Oh.
It's okay. Whatever.
Well, a new study has found that a link between TV binge watching and the leading causes of death are similar. Yeah, the study.
Oh.
Yeah,
Huh?
the study found that
Yeah.
such viewing habits can kill you in 8 different ways. It says that it's been linked to cancer, heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease,
Yeah.
COPD.
Heart problems.
the diabetes,
Yeah.
The
Sugar.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
circus.
influenza, pneumonia,
Yeah, people touching your remote.
Parkinson's,
Herpes.
Parkinson's.
liver's disease,
Oh, gross.
suicide,
Wow. Don't watch sad shows.
and yes, herpes. No,
I knew
not
it.
herpes, not herpes. But researchers at the National Cancer Institute studied more than 221,000 people aged 50 to 71, the old folks home.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Who
Not
had
like
no-
they didn't have these things prior to. Renee.
Well, they had no chronic disease at the beginning of the study in 1995. In over 16 years, they found that who watched 7 or more hours of TV per day were 47% more likely to die from any of those causes as
Okay.
opposed to those who watched less than an hour of TV per day.
I think those people would have just died of those things.
No, they were either going
I
to do
think
that.
You're just looking
Are
at
they
an
asking
interesting
what they
number.
did on the commercial breaks? I'm just saying.
Well, I'm saying if they set up the treadmill during the shows and did a little walking while they watched, guaranteed
Yeah,
it helps them.
But those aren't like crazy spontaneous problems. Some of those are like a real inherited health problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not looking at like family history when you're taking a statistic. I think they would have gotten all of these things anyway just because they were sitting on a couch. They could have been riding a bike and would have got the same disease.
Well,
I
as
know
for
my
the
grandma would watch Jimmy Swaggart for hours, and if
Eh.
you told her that caused cancer, oh my God, you're going to hell.
how would your grandmother
Ooh.
talk about Jimmy Swagger?
She used to watch Jimmy Swaggart and the replays.
I was looking for an
and stuff.
impression. Do you have an impression of her?
My
too?
grandmother was. She was native. She wasn't. Korean.
How does that impression go?
Oh, she just spoke normal.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
As for the majority of Americans who watch TV
Epic fail.
Oh.
for about 3 to 4 hours per day, they have a 15% higher chance of death.
I don't have much time left on this world then.
Yeah, well,
Oof.
You're gonna
in
die,
fact,
guy.
that includes video game binging.
Ooh.
Nerd Nesta.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Okay?
It's been real.
Here's
Bye,
scientists first.
Felicia.
Don't worry. Here's the book.
Everybody's on the
Sky, News. What do you got?
We got Justin Bieber is officially off probation from his house egging case. Bieber reportedly completed the 12 hours of anger management, 40 hours of community service, and a payment of $90,000 in restitution.
Wow.
Now, Volunteers of America praised Bieber for his services in picking up garbage and painting walls for the group, describing him as a, quote, great worker.
I can see that. I mean, he's in the public eye. He knows what he's got to do. He's a good actor, I guess, right?
It's free publicity too.
That's it.
Well, he seemed sincere at his roast, his Comedy Central roast, when he apologized.
He did pretty good.
He did pretty
good at that roast.
How long does he have to apologize before everybody gets over it? though?
Forever.
Really, what has he done? He's just been a little.
He's a no boy.
I do like that song though.
He's been a snot.
What do you mean, right?
Oh, get
Can you play that real quick?
No,
Oh,
I
come on,
did
Mark.
All right. Oh, I got one.
What
here,
do you
here,
mean?
Joe. I got one that'll cheer you up. The Kansas City Royals won their first World
Yeah!
Series since 1985
Next
last night
story,
by scoring
Sky.
2 runs in the 9th inning to tie the game against the New York Mets, and then scoring 5 more runs in the 12th inning to win the series of 5 games to 1. Royals catcher Salvador Perez was named the World Series MVP. And the final game of the World Series drew 17.2 million viewers on Sunday night, and that's up 37% from last year's Game 5, but it fell short of the 23.5 million viewers that tuned in for last year's Game 7. Game 5 also fell short of the 23 million who were watching a Sunday night football.
What do you mean?
You put the
Play
song
that
on to
song.
make him feel better.
What do you mean? That's kind of catchy.
He cried like a 9-year-old girl.
Should they read it aloud?
Let's see. What's the beats per minute on this song?
Do what?
What's the beats per minute? BPMs? It should be listed on there. There's this thing where if songs, your popular songs of all time, have this 128 beats per minute.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Sexy.
What is that about?
They
I
like
don't know.
that.
I like 155 myself.
Does it say?
182 is
I don't
catchy.
even know where I would look for that.
It should be up on the.
It has to do with the
Can you
algorithm
scroll
or
right?
something.
It's, it helped them count the bars.
Yeah, like
Scroll
Pink Floyd, that was a 74. Money. All right, well, Adele's new song, Hello, has set another new record as it sold 1.1 million downloads in its first week.
Hello.
It's the first song
Is it
ever
me
to
you're
top.
looking for?
No. It's the first song ever to top 1 million sales in a week, and it smashed the previous
Hello?
record set by Flo Rida's Right Round,
It is a
which
beautiful
sold
song.
at
You spin me
636,000
right round, baby.
downloads
right
in 1 week in February
Oh, sorry.
of 2000.
You just gave me the Joe Padula look.
Let me just wait.
Exactly, I've seen that.
Oh,
There's a lot of voices going on.
Oh,
A
my
lot
God.
of voices going on. Now, if you're going to the gym, take Eminem along. You talked about this yesterday. I don't think we talked about it again. Eminem is awesome for working out.
Eminem?
Scientists say the tempo, rhythm, and confrontational lyrics are highly motivational. And our
Yes.
final story. Yes.
That's any rap beat.
Yeah,
It's
but
a yeah.
Eminem, you want to work
No,
out and get a good
I'll-
workout? Listen to
Yeah,
Eminem.
and
I
then
work
I'm
out
gonna
with
work
Tupac.
out. So there you go.
You work out to Tupac?
I
Yeah.
like Ludacris.
That explains a few things. a few things.
Yeah, and Eminem. You listen to Eminem, you work out, you go beat your wife. It's
Babe, why are you laying down on the treadmill?
That's before the
Let
workout.
me
Oh, that's
my
before
throat.
the workout.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
after.
opens the lungs up. Our final story, Bill Cosby lost another round in court yesterday. A judge ruled in favor.
Ready
this
to
is
work
good for
out?
the Cosby
Spaghetti.
story. Judge ruled in favor of the TV host and ex-model Janice Dickinson and will require Cosby and his
What's the
former
last name?
lawyer Dickinson. Dickinson. All right, and will require Cosby and his former lawyer Martin Singer to give depositions in Janice's lawsuit, in which she claims that they defamed her by saying she was lying when she went public with her accusations against Cosby. Now the judge ordered that the depositions be given by November 25th.
The Jello pudding barber. I still love watching this Bill Cosby himself. That's a great stand-up.
All right. Entertainment news is brought to you by the Gilroy, voted Tennessee's 8th best pub. The Gilroy is located in downtown Clarksville at 140 University Avenue.
Don't ever say this to me.
You can't give me the eyes when I give you the eyes.
Man, what a show. What a show.
Pearl Jam,
That was fun.
one of the greatest.
We end the show on this song every show. It's one of my favorites of all time.
I saw them in 1993 in Indio, California.
Yeah. Here's the only problem with Eddie Vedder in his shows. He talks too much. You know what I
say
mean?
that. Go flog yourself.
No, I
man.
love Pearl Jam.
Let him talk.
Telling you. No, he
It's
talks
Pearl
too much
Jam.
politics in between his songs.
I love.
I agree.
I will
Have you
tell
all
you,
been
if they
watching
come
it?
to Nashville in April, I won't go to work. I have to
Whoa.
go.
Right over here.
20 years and still going.
Yeah. Great
10 was
documentary
one
too.
of-
20. Did you see
Yes,
that on
I
Netflix?
did. 10 was one of the greatest albums.
I'd like to thank our guest who came on here today. John Nelson.
Yeah.
What a cool book.
Very well written.
What a cool dude.
Well written, well put together. It's professionally done.
I'm telling you, we're going to get 10%. And we're going to sell these to songwriters.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's a great idea, man.
Like the way, like look at this right here.
You know, words with meaning. that
Like
tell
listen to
stories.
this. We could sell this to like
Music needs it.
we could sell this to Kanye West. This one right here.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, good.
How long will we last?
Okay.
Telling you, this is great. I've seen many things, and I still believe. You have to give if you want to receive. Do unto others as they would do to you. It's
Yeah.
harder to find for this to be true.
Yeezy.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Nah,
No, that guy's career is over.
but I'm telling you. Make sure that you get your copy of A Brightness from the Shadows by John Nelson.
Yeah.
Good artist, good man.
The brightness.
I'd like to also thank, Melanie C. coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You got a big event going on with the MVP, Military Paranormal. And you guys got this Saturday. What time do you guys start up?
We're Wheeldon Manor. We'll start posting things up at 7 p.m.
Uh-huh.
Saturday, and people can go on our Facebook page, click the link, and start making donations to Wounded Warrior Project now.
I love it. There you go. What's up, Sky?
I want to mention one quick thing. I'm doing a fundraiser for my
Yes.
drummer who's been in an accident. You know, people don't watch out for motorcyclists, and he was hit and he was run over,
Yeah.
and both arms were shattered. So he's kind of very, very messed up. Could use some help. We started a GoFundMe / so it's GoFundMe.com/show love for Edison.
Yeah.
And you can find it on the Queen City Heights
Yeah.
band page.
Hope he quick recovery.
Yeah, no doubt. It's also up on the Joe Show page, which I saw already got many shares. That's good. Don't just share. Click on the link. Do what you can do.
And give him a comment, give him a shout out too on the fundraiser page,
Good.
and just let him know that he's got people out there rooting for him, man.
Nice.
Right.
Helps.
Ernesto, what'd you learn on the show today?
I learned that there's a lot of really interesting veterans or active duty soldiers that are just out there doing stuff other than just being soldiers.
That's it. That's it. Faye, what'd you learn today?
I learned about the report on herpes.
Okay, yes, you did learn about the report on herpes.
Everybody has herpes. is what
Sky, what'd you learn?
I learned that I love your grandmother.
Oh, my mom?
I love her mom.
Yes. Please say the person's
That's
name.
amazing.
Yeah, Melanie sees. All right, well, thank you so much. Mark, did you learn anything today?
Yeah, Joe.
Yes,
A lot of people have herpes, and I'm not one of them.
Damn it.
Clarksville, thank you for allowing us and enabling us to tell your story. Please, calm down out there with the guns
And herpes.
and the herpes. Joe Padula Show, where talk radio meets live music. Absolutely.